Welcome to this week's episode of Campaigns of the Plains. We're back again with D&D. So who wants to recap what we did last time?
There was a fire.
There was.
And zombies.
Yep.
And Rowan and Finnick kind of saved the day. And
Yeah.
even though we're wanted in the city, we are now in the city because there are zombies, so it's safer in the city, feasibly, possibly, than outside the city. And we're all sleeping in a one-room hut. There's lots of...
Yeah, it's crowded in here.
It's lots of cuddling and bodies.
Hope there's a window open.
I mean, is there a window? There's probably a window.
There's a window, yeah.
Very musty.
Yeah, because it's spring into summer, right? So it's starting to get warm. Not at night, maybe, but in the day. And, I think that's what I got.
Yeah, to be concise, we just come back from
the
a
coins
battle.
are missing!
Oh, yes.
That's all I got now.
We just came back from a battle, got thrown into another one against frickin' zombies from the forest that is slowly decaying and encroaching upon us.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, Rowan let Clifton die.
That's true.
Don't you dare.
Momentarily.
Clifton did die.
Rosemary did resurrect him, so Clifton is fine,
Mm-hmm.
but...
He will remember this.
Because I was thinking
Yeah,
just
yes.
I remember that.
Well, Rowan made a whole army pay for it, so
It's not the army's fault that Clifton.
the army of zombies,
Yeah.
it's kind of their fault.
Maybe a little.
Um,
It wasn't a zombie that killed them, though.
It was a zombie that killed. Well, it was an abomination
Yeah.
that killed Clifton.
They're related.
They're part of the same.
Cousins, same family.
Mhm.
They were at the same family reunion.
Yeah.
If my cousin murdered somebody, I wouldn't want somebody to come punch me in the face because of it.
That's just too fucking
It's
bad.
my fault.
If somebody
that's just how we
actually
roll.
exactly, if somebody actually ended Clifton for good, it would be an entire genocide of that family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's...
Anyway,
This is
Yeah,
step away
hell of
from
a
the
debate.
G word. Anyway, after
Rowan
that...
was good now. I thought he was a good person now. I don't know.
there's a handful of people he'd go very bad for.
Most of these people here.
We should have left.
They're people. I just remember saying that. They're people. They're people. That was like episode 3. Where I was like, we should just leave.
Convinced Duke to come with us. Sapphire would have definitely left. Yeah.
Well, then
Finnick
you're
is
stuck here.
Finnick disagreed with that with that comment.
Yeah.
So, we were like, where's a safe place to hide? And we were like, maybe the cave we just cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there, but then there was a commotion in the city. So then part of us went that way, and Rowan and Finnick were like kicking ass over in the city, and then we were like, oh, hey, we need a safe place to go, and they're over in the city, and so we went there, and we made it in just in time before the gates closed, and some of us had to kind of deceive our way in, and yeah, it was me. And then we hunkered down in Rosemary's uncle or father's shack, and
Yes. Rowan's uncle's Rosemary's father.
I know, yeah. I had it right, just wrong in my mind.
Sure.
And so yeah, we were doing that when we ended last session. Dice problems. Anyway, yeah. So, did we go to sleep yet?
Yeah.
We did. We slept and we're waking up now.
Yes,
we were waking up.
You took
Duke
long
and I
rests.
had a conversation about him, of which he answered none of my questions at all.
So yeah, I believe I was making breakfast.
Yes,
so,
you were.
I will just use the pot again, since it doesn't seem like going out into the city for any goods would be a good idea.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, pretty easily. Go ahead and give me a roll. Just don't roll a 1. Just to see how well you can. I'm assuming you're making some. Well, we'll get to it in a second.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a 14 on the die.
Yeah,
plus
you're fine.
whatever.
What are you trying to make for breakfast this morning? Are you trying to make something magical? Or are you trying to just make like a basic stew? What are you thinking?
I don't really know how this pot works, so I will do a little like.
Watching my TikTok?
That's your cat.
That's my cat.
That's just what came up. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I know my uncle will have some of our whiskey hidden away here.
Definitely somewhere, yes.
So I'm gonna go and grab that and pour a little bit into the pot, see what happens, because I know that water apparently makes stew.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what the whiskey does.
Okay, so you would probably know, and you can obviously ask Rosemary; she would know as well. There is a false board behind his bed that you can just pop right out, and there is a decent supply hidden in the wall. And so you're just pouring it in the cauldron.
Yeah.
Are you leaving it as the small version, or are you making it bigger?
I'll make the big pot.
Okay. That will take up a little bit of room. Obviously, people are waking up, so people can readjust, but this room isn't huge.
That's fine. I will shove people outside that aren't part of the process.
Okay, sounds good. So you pour the alcohol in.
I'm not leaving.
And it is basically just cooking the alcohol at this point. You would remember from previous experience, I don't know if in character, out of character, you wouldn't know this necessarily, but putting the lid on it is what causes the magical effects to take hold. You insert the ingredients and then put the lid on, and voila, stuff happens.
Sure.
So you put the alcohol in and it immediately starts to cook, and you can smell like the aroma of the alcohol immediately. Then you put the lid on and you can hear inside things are happening. And as soon as you take the lid off, it is a bunch of porridge, stew, whatever you're feeling like for the day. That is what is produced, and it's just gallons of it.
We'll do a hearty cream and berry porridge. I think that seems good.
It definitely has hints of whiskey, like it inherits
It's
a
good.
Am I
bit
gonna
of
get
the-
drunk drinking this, eating this?
You shouldn't. It's been cooked. It'll cook the alcohol right out. You'll still taste it.
Okay, that's good. I was mostly not worried for me, but for Clifton, who will eat whatever we don't eat, which is the rest of the pot.
He's a very hearty boy. I don't think it'll affect him.
It's good.
I'll be fine. I'll just like food.
This is good. Honey would complete it.
Do you guys know how to get some honey? I like honey.
Duke, would you like to help us out there?
This once.
Yeah, he might need to use it for mayonnaise later.
I mean, once per day.
No shade on your like of mayonnaise, Duke. I'm just saying he may need to use it for mayonnaise later. You don't know.
When was the last time you've used it?
That's true.
Yesterday.
For mayonnaise?
Did you?
Duke?
Did you like
Duke?
someone?
He never actually eats out of this pot. He's always eating his mayonnaise.
And you have just the shits every single day.
Duke, did you eat a whole jar of mayonnaise yesterday?
No, I used it for the honey yesterday. He didn't ask what I used it for. He just said, when was the last time you've used it?
Do you mind if we use it again for the
Like,
honey?
Fine.
So you produce the alchemy jug, and
All right, any of you have magical items that make toast?
and it
Yeah, I have a fire.
and it makes
It's not
honey
magic.
in it.
I could.
Fire's pretty magic.
Oh, I don't have fire. But if I could have fire on my knife, I could just slice the bread.
Yeah, I mean, you could heat up the knife to make it hot.
Yeah, but it's not magic that way. I'm just heating up a knife and burning myself. I don't think I have fire, do I? I don't know.
This is something
Blood
different
fire.
than
I don't know
what.
I don't know who I am right now.
This is something different than what the pot makes when I put stuff in it.
Yeah.
How did you get it to make something different?
Different ingredients, different ingredients, different food.
So whiskey made porridge?
I think it just makes what I want it to make, to be honest with you.
Could you tell it? Really? Could you tell it to make chowder next time?
We'll think about it. Have to make something everybody's
Or
going
like
to eat.
chicken?
Oh.
Chicken soup?
I do have flame.
Yeah,
Probably.
there you
Yeah,
go.
so I could.
Yeah.
Or chili?
What's a chili?
It's like
It's a basic ass restaurant.
it's kind of like the
Not a
stew,
sponsor.
but
Yeah,
thicker
not a
and
sponsor.
have more spices in it.
Never come across this dish, so
I think it's a fire ganassi thing. They put a lot of spices in it.
I think it'd be a dwarven thing, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
I could
It's probably a
check the
dwarven
book.
thing, too.
Yeah! That's what I was
Might be a
referencing,
dwarven
but...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna eat this. What are we gonna do today? What's the plan for today? I don't remember anymore.
So, I think we should try to find this, what were they called?
Oh,
Chained Uprising?
Yeah, we have to go and meet them somewhere, but we don't know where that is.
That's something we were going to ask, and I look over at Rosemary and say, Rosemary, right?
I mean, I just knew the name. I don't know where in town it was. I thought you guys knew where it was. It was in some place in Shaggy Paw, right?
Oh, we gotta go to the mountain. Finnick and I can do that.
You did do very well last time, but I think you should take Chatz this time.
It's probably a good idea, actually.
Because if there's any way to get word about him being here on the mountain, he'd have to be on the mountain.
What do you think, Duke? You were against Chatz going anywhere beforehand, though things are different now.
Well, if...
The problem that we have right now is that there is likely still an angry horde. I can only imagine it's getting worse beyond the walls.
Well, we're stealthy. I think the three of us could make it fine.
To be fair, if all of the
You're
attention is
sneak-
focused on that gate, then that's might be our best
That will
bet
be
to get onto the
great
mountain.
for the guards, but once you get out there, how are you supposed to traverse through?
Well, the guards all came from the northern side of the gate. Why couldn't we?
I don't think I believe you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Getting out is the easy part. It's getting from here to there with whatever else is outside.
You will remember that all of the attacks that have ever happened with the undead, other than you guys encountering them in the wild, they have happened at night. They've, like, all of the undead have attacked at night with the Arburn, where you guys previously defended, and
That's true.
now
It was
in
at nighttime.
Tarrin.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
as far as
this
you
that's
don't-
as far as I know. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened. Like, they don't just disappear during the day, as far as I know.
True.
So-
That is 100% accurate. I'm just giving you a little history
Mhm.
of, as far as you know, they only really attack at night. You've definitely encountered some of them during the day, but
It's only going to get crazier from here on out with the zombie attacks here and the double full moon coming up.
How many days until the full moon?
a couple, maybe 2, 3. I mean, you don't have any real way of knowing.
Okay, Duke. What do you think we should do?
Well, last night I had the idea of using the opportunity presented with this new horde outside to allow us to split their ranks.
How do we do that?
We show them the leadership that they need. They clearly can't handle this on their own.
Okay, the leadership that they need?
Is not here. It's out there.
I know. What I'm saying is, why can't we do both? Because out of all of us, you are the most leader of all of us. You're the leadership that they need. You can direct them how to fight the hordes. You did this. You did so when we were in, what is it, Tarrin? Is that what the name of the town was?
Arburn.
Arburn.
Mm-hmm.
You did so then. You know, you've seen this. So
Yes.
you can help with that. They already know Rowan. He helped them before.
Yeah, but now Kudath's going to be at the gate. That's not good for me to be there.
We
We don't even know if Kudath's in town. He might not have come. He might have just sent people.
Reminder: you did hear a very familiar,
Wait,
loud
no, that's
voice
wrong. I
last
heard
night.
Kudath last night. I forgot. I did hear Kudath. He's here. Yep, he's here. You should not leave this
Okay.
building. You shouldn't leave this building.
That actually changes everything. Because if they're already here, it's going to be hard for us to try and sow that doubt.
Well, in any case, it might be easy for them to get on the mountain here, at least for a bit, to look into the Shaggy Paw situation, because if they can get onto the mountain while Kudath's forces are repairing the southern gate, western
the western
gate, then we may have some time to slip on and off the mountain without
And here's
being
the
noticed.
thought: if it's like it was us elsewhere that we've seen, and the undead can repetitively attack at night, the mountain might not be as heavily guarded as it was when we were there before, because they'll send their forces
It does
here.
change it.
Or because the mountain is easier to defend because of its sharp sides, the were creatures will retreat to the mountain and it'll be heavier defended. I don't know what this town means to them.
But if that's the case, then we need to get on the mountain now before they do that, or else we'll never get on the mountain, and the town will fall. Because even if they all pull out of this town, the only people left to defend it are the citizens and us. And this town's too big for that.
They can't just leave the town. We know that our town is where they get the supplies from. They can't grow things on the mountain. We know that. They saw that
It's true.
when they were up there.
That's actually makes this an important point to attack then. So yes, we could leave this undefended. Seeing as they already have their assistance here, we go to the mountain, try and see if we can make progress there. Our only hope is once we go there, this has to start now. We cannot delay. We can't just take control of it and then hope that everything works out for the best, because the supplies are in the town and they'll have it. So if we go and we complete this.
If we go, before we go, we should buy all the supplies that we think we'll need while we're there.
We should be ready, yes.
What do we need?
Well, we already got some potions by Sinin.
What else do we need?
Well,
We
actually,
climbed
if we can find
onto
more
the
potions,
mountain.
we do have more money.
We climbed onto the mountain, Finnick and I. So, I mean, you are honestly like a sight to behold. The way you ran up that tree, it's honestly just stunning. So you could do that up the mountain. So I'm not worried about you at all, but
Why would we have to climb if we take the northern road, though?
to the mountain, we can't just, there's only one entrance into the mountain. And
There
it's
is.
guarded.
But how heavily guarded is it now?
It's still going to be guarded. There
They're
will still
not
be
going
guards.
to leave an entrance unguarded.
If there's one entrance to the mountain, there's still going to have guards outside it. We are going to have to climb the mountain.
But is it going to be easier to climb the mountain there as opposed to up a sheer...
We climbed up the terraces and it was
Mhm.
relatively easy.
But the terraces were on the south side of town, weren't they?
They were on the western side of the mountain. They
Southwest.
were, yes. The entrance to the mountain is on the south. The terraces that overlook Shaggy Par are on the west of the mountain that are northwest of Tarrin, where you guys are now.
That was the easiest place to climb up, and it was the closest to Shaggy Paw. And it's relatively unguarded on that side of the mountain.
My only worry is that it's not unguarded, or at least from the city, you can see it. If the western gate faces the
Probably
mountain...
go at night. We were unseen.
We need to go now.
No, we do need to go now. But also,
And what do you suggest? Because we can't walk in through the front door. It's guarded.
Well, climbing's fine, just finding a lower spot.
When we went, the best place to climb was the terraces. That's why we went that way. That's why Chatz told us to go that way.
given what
It's
they've
steep
found,
everywhere else.
given what you found when you went there, because you said that they weren't using the terraces for farming anymore.
They weren't.
They're
There
not-
was no farming.
You said that there were no guards watching it, because
Nope.
why defend a useless
There were no guards
point?
patrolling at all except for on the roads.
Exactly. We can use that.
All right. If you think everybody can make it up the climb.
I don't need to climb. You can walk up walls like some kind of god. It's honestly fantastic and I hate it.
I can easily climb.
Finnick has a climbing kit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Do you have ways of climbing?
I can just jump angrily.
I also have a climbing kit.
I always thought it was funny that Dragonborns don't get the climbing claw thing.
Right.
Yeah, we have larger fucking claws than
Right.
the goddamn tabaxi do.
Rosemary pipes up and says, should I just hold down the fort, I guess? I mean...
Do you want to come with us?
You shouldn't stay here.
It's
Because
probably, with
things
us,
don't
at
go-
least things... Well,
if things don't
Okay.
go well here, she doesn't want
here's the
to
thing.
experience it.
Here's the thing. What about Clifton and Evelyn? Because they can't come with us. It's way too dangerous. I don't want to see either of them almost dead. Again. Maybe it's safer for them to bunker down here with Rosemary while we're gone.
It's not a bad idea.
I definitely didn't like dying.
I know, buddy. Have some more soup.
Porridge.
Want some honey?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the porridge.
He just grabs the alchemy jug and just starts drinking it.
I don't want to see them get hurt. And
Neither do I, obviously.
The meta shield.
Yeah.
Well, you were here defending the gates last night. Did it look bad, like that they wouldn't hold up very much longer?
Yeah, for some reason they didn't have Kudath's main force here. So if we hadn't shown up, I don't even know if the city would still be standing. They were very disorganized.
I wonder if they were expecting an attack or if this was a complete surprise to them. I mean,
I'm sure it was a surprise,
It was a
otherwise
surprise
Kudath
to
would have
us.
been here. Say what you will, he's a ferocious fighter, and he would have relished in the fact that he'd get to kill a bunch of things. So if he'd have known, he'd have been at the gate, and we didn't see him there, so it must have been a surprise.
Do we think that the town will be safe? And
Not
I hate
at
to,
all.
well, I hate to say it, under Kudath's care.
They need the supplies in the town. They're going to keep it safe.
It's been under Kudath's care the entire time. Not that we've been attacked from the outside, but I think at the very least he'll relish in a battle.
At least he'll be fighting zombies and not punching old men in the face for once.
That's fair.
At the very least, he may be able to keep it defended enough for us to maybe return with, hopefully,
Help.
our own force.
No. I'd just like to remind everyone that on the mountain there are other generals higher ranking than Kudath that we may have to contend with at some point in time. Just a reminder, just something to put out there, don't mean to make anybody afraid, but
There are other generals, but I've never seen them in the city. I don't think they'd come down from
yeah,
the
but we're
mountain.
going to the mountain where
We're
they
going
are.
to the generals.
We're going to the generals, and you're afraid of Kudath. So I just if you're afraid of Kudath, I don't want to know what the other generals are capable of.
And Kudath might be their most decorated general. I don't even know.
Well, he kicked your ass, so he's powerful.
Yeah, he is.
Because I didn't mean that is an offense to you. You're a very strong, capable fighter. But, just stating things the way that they are.
Right.
In any
Well,
case.
I think we need to get going before we lose too much daylight.
Agreed.
Wait, do we need to buy any more supplies before we go?
What is there left to buy?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know.
What is there
what
left to buy?
this
What's in the
place
store?
has.
Yeah, right? We got money. What are we going to buy?
What you
Is there anything
buying?
that we need? Anything
What you selling?
like we've already know there are going to be no supplies for us once we get on that mountain. So if there's anything you can think of that we could need, we need to get it now. Whether it be more potions, whether it be, we have food. We're good with food.
I don't know if we're going to get any more potions out of the town. I'm pretty sure Rosemary cleaned them out.
Yeah, last time I went to the general store, she said I got all we could get.
I mean, does Duke need a climbing kit? Do we need to get...
I believe Chatz has an extra one.
I do have an extra climbing kit.
And he has a crossbow with a hook on the end of it.
I do have two grappling hooks.
Oh, I'll take a grappling hook. That
Or wait.
looks like fun.
One grappling hook. Never mind.
Well, I think we're good to go then.
Okay.
You
If
So-
you don't mind, I need to
Not if
meditate.
they have anything to buy.
Rosemary, if anything goes wrong, I think the safest place in town is going to be the fighting pit underneath. As terrible as that is, and I look over at Winston, or at, why did I say Winston? I look over at Clifton.
Making you watch Do Girl too much.
Mm.
Do Girl.
It's your fault. I look over at Clifton and I say, as terrible that may be to go back to, it's gonna be the safest place.
It'd probably be pretty easy to at least stake out and make sure, if we put them in the cells. I mean, assuming they don't come back and find us there and be like, why are you here? But they're probably too busy dealing with stuff going on in the town.
Well, I'm just saying, if things go south for the whole town, that's the best place to be.
Yes, I would agree. That way I can secure them down there and make sure nothing gets in, and perhaps even just hide out away from any possible harm that either of them could come of them. I mean, and she goes over to the dresser and starts pulling out clothes, and she's digging through, and she sees an old tattered black cloak that you immediately recognize. It is still covered in dirt and hair and blood, and you remember that as the cloak that your uncle used during the fight with Kudath. And she pulls it out and looks at it, and you can see a couple of tears well up in her eyes, and she shoves it to the side and starts digging through some of the other clothes, and she pulls out some fairly generic commoner clothes, like tattered robes types of things, and says, if this can help you guys in any disguises you might need, and she just shoves it in your hands. So you have a form of, depending on how many people need them, some sort of disguises. If you want to cover yourselves in anything, there would be ample clothing here to do so.
I'm used to disguising myself as I pull out some gloves and start doing the put my hood up.
I look at the clothes and I see that they're definitely my uncle's clothes, and my uncle's a really big dude.
Yep, but they could be utilized.
Yeah, they could be trimmed up and whatnot.
This might fit Duke.
It might fit Duke. But I don't think Duke needs to disguise himself. Not really.
We don't really need to do much disguising.
We don't. We just need to sneak on the mountain.
If anyone sees us, we can remind them, you're in a load of shit and you need all the help you can get.
That seems fair. Chatz should probably disguise himself, though.
I'm gonna take it the
changed
cloak
my
that she pushed aside, though.
Okay. She definitely doesn't say anything. She definitely sees you doing it. I'm assuming you're not being sneaky in any way. So you do in fact have a tattered cloak with blood and dirt. You can definitely tell this has been in here a while. It's crusted over.
That's
Almost as like a memento type of
It
thing.
needs to be washed.
Yeah.
That's really bad,
Too bad your brother wasn't here with prestidigitation.
right?
Did you just clean it?
What did you just do? How did you just do that?
I've been practicing that, actually.
I appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That's really cool.
So that cleans it. It doesn't
Mend
sew it. Yeah.
You can do magic. I always forget. But sometimes you just get really angry and then everything around you blows up. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm
actually.
really not comfortable with all of it yet, but
So, okay, this is not the time to ask this at all, but like,
Gonna do it
I'm
anyway?
gonna do it anyway. You always seem like really confused when you use magic, and I don't understand, because anyone that I've known that's done magic is like, I'm gonna do this spell. Look, it succeeded. But you're like, what the fuck just happened? Why is that?
I don't know yet. I do not know how I'm doing it.
You don't know how you're magic. You don't know how you're using magic. How do you not know?
I have suspicions, but I have not had a lot of time to explore them.
But how do you not know?
Also, we don't really have the time for it.
No,
No
we
offense.
You're right. You're very right.
We need to go.
We should go.
Okay.
I grab my backpack and I put my hood up and I'm like, come on, Obsidian, get up here.
I take the cloak and I do that double wrap around thing and just try to make a hood and cloak out of it for myself.
Okay, sounds good.
Ready?
Let's
go storm the castle.
Up my meditation.
Which is?
Well, for one, I reset my spells and all that.
He was
but
trying
also,
to get his face handprint back.
But I will, at the end of it, begrudgingly reach out and say, Cat Lord, if you can hear me, I know we've had a falling out, but your people, more than just I, are in danger. Not from just one threat, but from many now. If there is anything you could do to aid us, it would be appreciated. That's where I leave it.
Are you casting it like a specific spell, like commune or something? Or are you just trying to reach out?
I'm just, within my meditation, just reaching out with my heart and saying, this is our predicament and this is how I feel and what I would like.
So you're sitting and meditating and trying to block out everything around you.
Right. It's noisy in here.
It is definitely noisy. But you feel a calm, peaceful center, and you reach out to the entity that you know as the Cat Lord, and you don't feel that familiar sensation of something recognizes you or something is acknowledging you. It's almost like you're reaching out into a void.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't hear a response back.
Okay. Well, once I get up from my meditation, I'm going to change my armor into, I don't know, kind of like, I'm thinking almost like kind of blend in with the city surroundings, so kind of like a mottled, like brownish gray. You know,
okay.
Almost like aged wood.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I might pour a little of my water canteen onto the dirt floor of this hut and kind of cover this new mask I found in mud.
Okay.
To kind of brown it out, and then I'll put on my mask. And
so you put on this white mask that has been covered with mud.
Mm-hmm.
So, you look like a mud monster, but, well,
and I pull a hood as far over my face as I can.
Okay. So you put your mask on and you pull the hood up,
mm-hmm.
And you can already hear and feel some of the mud starting to drip on your cloak, as you are preparing to head out.
By smear it with mud, I mean, like, it's not, like, lopped on. It is, like, more like a thin layer of paint.
Oh, okay. In my mind, you were, like, just slathering it with
yes,
mud.
because that makes sense.
Finger paints.
Chatz, buddy, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Rosemary will come up behind Rowan and put her hand on your shoulder and grab her spiritual symbol on her
chest?
Necklace. That's what I was looking for. And you feel a glow you see and feel warmth as she casts Death Ward on you.
Okay.
And says, "Don't worry, you'll be fine, but just in case." That's good for 8 hours. And then she looks at all of you and says, "I don't know what you're going to need to do up there, but don't get yourself killed."
Or cursed. Cursing is more likely.
Yeah, that's the theme.
Side eyes Chatz.
Right?
Shall we go?
I'm ready.
I look back at her and I say, remember, there's still the matter of the fake you out there, so, and they could be anybody, so remember the code word.
I've already forgotten.
Poughkeepsie.
Yeah. Poughkeepsie.
Uh-huh. So if we don't say that word, we're not us.
I don't know who this thing is that looks like me, but I doubt they can impersonate 5 people.
Well, any one of us.
That's fair.
If any one of us comes up by ourselves, it's probably a bad thing.
Poughkeepsie.
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 Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Things get interesting.
Oh, while he's doing that,
That's
I will
an 11.
apply some blood to my bow.
Okay, go ahead and...
Chocolate.
11.
Okay.
Or
So you're preparing your bow, and as you do, you feel like almost like someone is coming behind you and putting their hand on your shoulder. But you look and you don't see anything on your shoulder, and you feel like a tingly sensation.
Huh. What is wrong with you people?
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
I throw my tree over my head. A sprinkle.
What is going on, though?
We're watching
I'm
you.
just trying to break down the box.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to beatbox.
Yeah.
He's not well. He's white.
So
Too late for that.
I can't stop laughing. This is a serious moment. I'm sorry.
So Chatz.
Just ruined it.
Fuck you.
What does Chatz do?
Poughkeepsie.
Chatz looks over his shoulder,
Oh, that was really-
and then it looks like he's chasing his tail in the corner because he can't find anyone around him.
Are you okay?
He did tell us not to make comparisons with cats, right? I whisper to Duke. I just kind of lean in and...
I go up to him while he's circling in the corner.
It's hard not to sometimes.
And I'll touch you on the shoulder. Are you okay?
Felt something.
Well, I just touched you.
No. Before you, someone else touched me.
It's a small room, so anyone really
No
could have.
no one was near me. I mean, he was, but
Chatz,
Who was?
are you okay?
yes.
Are you
That's
sure?
debatable.
Are we going to have another one of those moments where I go
Duke,
into your
do not
dream
get me
space
started.
and then you cry at me? Because that made me very uncomfortable.
What?
And I don't want to do it again. So I vote not it and do that with Rowan. What I'm saying is if you're going through some emotional turmoil right now, I already dealt with that version of Chatz, and I'm tagging out for the second round of it.
No, someone touched me on the shoulder.
I just did.
No, not you.
There's no one else here besides all of us, so it might have been one. You know what? Rowan's really fast. He might have pulled a fast one on you.
I can't run in here.
Who's on first? Anyway, no, never mind it. It was probably nothing.
Did you sleep okay last night?
Yes, I slept like a baby.
I reach up to you and I touch your nose.
Aren't cats like
Are you booping his snoot?
I don't think you're sick.
Did you just take his temperature by booping his nose?
Rather than
you
booping
do
his
with
other
cats,
thing.
right? You check and they see if their nose is wet.
I have no clue. I've never had a cat in my life.
Is that what you do, Obsidian? Yeah, Obsidian said yeah.
Oh, look.
Oh, you were talking to
Obsidian
Finnick.
does not respond, but yes.
Obsidian has just a little head out here like this.
Little snot thing comes
I'm-
off of Obsidian.
Going to
sneezes.
ignore this conversation. But
That seems like
for
it's
the
fine.
record, I'm not crazy.
The fact that you have to.
That's what crazy people
The
say.
fact that you have to. Let's go to the mountain! Let's all go to the mountain! Let's all go to the mountain.
I put on my dirty mask.
Oh, that's insightly.
That's also what dirty people say.
Okay, so
Duke? Just note that somewhere. Just write a note about that somewhere.
don't you have a notebook? I mean, in real life, don't you have a notebook? Did you forget it again?
She forgot it
I forgot
again.
to put it in the back of my backpack. I know, I'm awful. I think it's sitting on the kitchen table.
But I brought mine.
There you go.
You're the note taker today. And you know what? We can read your handwriting, so that might be for the best.
So you guys start making your way out of the house, leaving behind Rosemary, Clifton, and Evelyn. I'm assuming you're taking the cauldron with you, or are you leaving that for Clifton?
I'll leave it for Clifton.
Okay.
How are we gonna eat?
I have rations.
Do we have enough rations?
How long are we going to be gone?
I'm sure we can find food on the mountain.
Can we just leave the money to buy groceries?
Fine, I'll take the pot.
So as you go back in,
I will find a big bowl to dump out the rest of the porridge for Clifton.
I give Rosemary some money.
how much are you giving her?
I don't know. I put 15 gold in her hand, and I'm like, I don't understand how much food costs, but when I held out the money in my hand to show Finnick, he gave me a thumbs up. So I assume that this is an appropriate amount for the amount of time that we're going to be gone. If it's not enough, let me know.
You taught her this.
She looks at you like, is your hand still covering?
And then
she
I
can't
pick my
see?
hand up and...
So as soon as she sees how much it is, she looks at you, looks at Finnick, looks at the money, and says, "This is plenty of money.
Perfect.
This is way more than you need to give me, but you'll get change."
Because... Well, but you've got Clifton to feed.
That's true. We do have Clifton.
If you have anything extra, just buy me something cool. I really like the bear. The owl bear. So if you have anything extra, like a couple of copper or whatever, just buy me something cool, like a lolly or...
I'll be like, oh, that's not a bad idea, and I will hand her another 20 gold on top of it.
my
Oh my
gosh.
god, I know I didn't give you enough money.
Clifton
Finnick, you
eats a
told me
lot.
that was enough money.
Never enough money.
So she has now.
Wait,
But I'm doing it while side glancing at Finnick because I can tell
He's like having an aneurysm.
Yep.
Wait, I've got more. I can give you more.
I don't.
No, please, don't give her more. I will give her more, and I'll give her 20 gold.
Oh my gosh! I really didn't give you enough money.
This is
no.
for giving us room and board, even when you weren't
I
yourself.
didn't pay for my patch of dirt I slept on. What does that run, 2 gold? Does that seem fair?
We'll round it up to 5.
Okay.
So we're at 60 gold right now.
Sweet.
Assuming you give me 5. Okay, sounds good. So you give Rosemary 60 gold.
Look, if you have
That's
any
more than I have.
if you have any extra, just buy us all something really cool that you find in town. It could be anything. It could be more owlbear plushes. Would be perfect. Look at this
Balls,
thing.
really?
I just give it a snuggle. I give it a big squeeze. I stuck it in the back of my coat with obsidian.
It's been a while since I've had.
When
Been a while
you
since
Yeah,
I've had
balls.
balls, too.
when you do snuggle it, you definitely feel like a little bit of energy come off it a little bit. It responded to being like snuggled and squeezed.
Oliver, did you like being hugged? Why am I talking to this?
It didn't speak to you. You just felt like a little bit of warmth come from it. Like it would be a great snuggling tool.
This is a great snuggling tool. Obsidian, here you go. Okay, we'll put it in the bucket.
It's like bigger than her.
Fair.
Him? Her? I can't remember the gender. Her. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, she's like, okay. And she just like looks at all the gold and just looks super confused. I mean, this would be a good down payment on another diamond if I can find one.
That would be a very good thing to try to find.
Oh my goodness, that's not nearly enough for a diamond. How much do you need for a diamond?
It depends what you want me to cast with it. I mean, if you want me to do what I did for... And she doesn't say anything. It just looks over at Clifton as he is eating away.
Sure.
And she's like, that was my last one.
How much was it?
I think it was 100.
Oh, goodness.
I immediately hand her 40 more gold.
Here,
Oh
let me
my
hand you
gosh.
some more money.
What the fuck is happening?
Because I ain't about having that again, so...
Finnick will tie a piece of rope or bandage around his arms and then just take a cup and just...
Have another 40 from me, too.
Oh my god! So she's at 140.
Yep.
That should be
Well-
food and a diamond.
Well, how big of a diamond do you need?
It just has to be worth...
Isn't it 2 months worth? For engagement.
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting 140 gold in her.
Are we
inventory.
getting engaged to somebody? I'm confused because that's not a very appropriately sized diamond then.
It's for if somebody dies.
Sucks to be a princess over here.
But no, how big
If one of
does
us
this-
has to
Like how
pull the
how
other
much
down
of
the
a diamond do
mountain.
you need?
I mean, you saw the previous diamond. It was a decent size. It was like the size
I'm
of a
asking
hand.
Rosemary
Oh.
directly.
I mean, it has to be a decent sized diamond. About the size of your hand.
Oh.
It has to be a diamond worth 100 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just
or a
one.
bunch of diamonds.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know how magic works.
well,
I'm pretty sure Rosemary
Well, you
would
what
know.
if you just load up on a few? I'll just give you 30 platinum.
300 gold. Okay. I will put
Oh my god, I didn't give you nearly enough money!
30 platinum.
As Finnick just faints.
Finnick's over here like, we just got this money.
Yeah, right?
Finnick,
You're just throwing it at this bitch?
Finnick, I feel so awful.
Saved
I don't feel like I've
one
given
of
you
your
enough
lives.
money to purchase things when I've
No.
lended you money before.
No, you have never
Oh
enough.
my goodness, oh my gosh, I just feel awful. Did you have to use your own money?
I did.
I'm just
I have that
happy.
money.
So,
That I have 420 gold right now.
Oh, don't give any
money.
more money away.
so
I actually have a lot of money.
so for example, Raise Dead is 500 gold.
Uh-huh.
Revivify is, let me grab that one. Revivify is 300 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So, it would have been 300
How
gold.
long
But
ago?
doesn't
How
you have to
long
do it like within a minute?
does somebody have to be dead for you to be able to?
Within a minute, yes.
Yeah,
so she used a 300 gold.
So she needs a 500.
to do Raise Dead. It depends how long they've been dead.
Yeah, but she's not gonna be with us, so we need the one that's like takes a little like.
Potentially.
If Chatz is alive, though,
Well, that's
he
not
can
true,
do Spare the
because-
Dying, which is
because
fine.
we can that,
Mhm.
and also do cast like a
Deep freeze?
A deep, yeah.
A meat locker?
With that.
Yeah. Also,
Dimensional freeze.
not relevant at all of a question, but how long, like, how far can you raise somebody? How long can they be dead? Maximum.
I mean, from my personal knowledge, the longest it's been is 10 days.
Oh,
And they came back a little funky.
Yeah, no reason. Just wondering. Just
funky fresh Finnick.
Their body
Let's
had,
hope not.
Their body had started decomposing a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
yeah.
We had to heal that.
I imagine that would take some time. Yeah, no reason. Just wondering, how much would that cost?
Well, like I said, it needs a diamond that is worth about 500 gold.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
And
Yeah.
it's a one-time use, so it's gotta be...
Well, what money is nothing. It's fine.
Yeah, I would agree.
We should go to the mountain.
Yeah, I think Think you'll keep them safe here, right?
I can look after these two.
All right.
As Evelyn is just sitting there watching Clifton eat all of the food. and
I'll go up to him and I'll like grab him by the scruff a little bit and I'll be like, no, share.
And she's like, it's fine. I can, get in between his paws and just get in there a little.
I just grab his bare ear like the, the older parent and just like tell him to pour some out for her.
And Rosemary comes up behind you and says, I can handle it. I mean, I've been around, people who have difficulty speaking up for themselves. It's definitely not uncommon, but don't worry about them. If anything happens, I can always let you know. I can send a message to you and tell you if anything's going on.
Could you also send us a message if anything the situation in the town changes at all?
Yeah, I mean, if I hear anything or see anything, I'll let you know.
Okay. Send it to Rowan.
I will pack up the cauldron and make it tiny again so I can carry it.
Sounds good. Well, did you want me to do any other shopping in town while you guys are gone?
Like I said, if you have any extras, it probably won't be much, just a meager amount. Just buy something cool.
I'll look. I'll keep my eye out.
Something fun. And if there are potions, preference the potions.
Okay. Just an FYI, since her inventory is basically your inventory, she currently does not have enough gold or platinum to get the 500 gold.
You don't? Okay.
She has 450 gold right now.
Oh, well, I'll just top that off. Well, when we say, I'll give you another 60 so you have a little extra for yourself.
Okay.
Finnick seems to panic when I give you money, and I need his help from the mountain, so I'm going to abstain from money from right now. I think that he's concerned that I won't have enough money to pay you later.
That makes sense.
We need to give you any more money. Finnick has got a good heart.
Okay. I have 360 now.
Okay.
I'm a circle.
I think I might be richer than Chatz.
You just did dump a bunch of money.
Well, that's stupid. Cut to 4 hours later where I'm dead and I was like, can we afford to ever just
Should we save that for something else? Oh.
Okay. So you guys start making your way out. You already have your disguise. You have your disguise. Go ahead and just roll me, I think it was sleight of hand, wasn't it? That we did for your disguise kit.
Oh. Well, I am proficient in my disguise kit, so...
But did we do sleight of hand for it?
I thought it was performance.
Was it performance?
Yeah, performance.
We can do performance. I'm fine with that.
Either way.
If you can describe how you're using performance, I can definitely...
I mean...
Because performance to me is like, you are putting on a show, you're singing, you're dancing,
I guess, for me, if I wanted to use sleight of hand, I would tell you that I am obscuring my features. I'm trying to look plain and blend into the features of the city.
Yeah, this one's like sleight of hand specifically says concealing an object on your person. So I would argue concealing something on your person in general.
Like the features that make me distinctly tabaxi, I want to conceal.
So feel free. I mean, you guys can help each other.
Concealing his tail.
Yeah.
You guys can help each other. If someone else wants to help you, that's totally an option as well. But
I'll help you. And help you tuck your tail, I guess.
do you tuck it under, like you're a drag
or
queen?
in the belt?
Yeah, just like Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make it a belt.
Okay, so that would be a 26 total.
That's cute.
Okay, sounds good. So you definitely feel like you are putting... So what exactly is the disguise you're specifically going for? You have the mask with the mud on it. Are you going for like brown face? Is that...
No.
No.
That's what I figured.
No.
What? I mean, I'm just going off of what you're giving me.
No, I think more of Lord of the Rings, right? When they have the elf cloaks that kind of turn into stone. Like,
okay.
I'm literally going for a disguise that blends into this very dreary town. Like, the browns and the grays and the dirt and the rock and the old dried wood type of look. And so, like, I wouldn't say it's not so much a disguise of trying to make myself look like another person as much as it is trying to make myself look like the scenery around me.
So you can blend in.
Yeah.
Like, you're not specifically trying to stand out like in a crowd. You're trying to like blend into like the buildings.
So like.
I think he's just trying to look
doing
like
camouflage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Chatz, yeah, I like that.
Ghillie suit.
It's a ghillie suit. That's what I said earlier. He literally is just putting a ghillie suit on.
Urban ghillie.
It's a mud ghillie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Closely.
And I guess if on closer inspection you were to look at it, I almost look like a old beggar or something like that.
Okay.
Someone that you wouldn't pay, a mind to.
Okay, sounds good. And then, Rowan, what type of disguise are you going for?
I'll just, since I've got so much fabric here, I'm just going to make sure that my face is mostly covered, my face and my ears, basically using as a giant overcoat.
Okay.
But yeah, I will try to wrap it up so it doesn't fall out. So I guess sleight of hand would probably be best for that one.
Okay. Someone can definitely help assist you to like bundle it correctly, or
Sure, I will.
Okay, so you help him make sure he can tuck everything correctly, and you in turn turn.
I will. I've seen him wear it before as well. I'm gonna go into my uncle's dresser and grab tiny brooch that he used to clip this cloak with.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna fasten it.
Sounds good.
That way. It's a 19.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I had that.
Yeah.
So you help him adjust the brooch and make sure it looks good and can keep everything together. And so everything's like nice and tight. It's not like flowing in the wind or anything. It's not going to catch on anything. So you feel like you are pretty obscured, blend into a crowd pretty easily. So you guys are right outside the door. The town isn't hustling and bustling necessarily. It seems pretty quiet for mid-morning. There are still people around. There's definitely a lot of guards about. It seems like there is a higher patrol count that you guys have previously been witness to. Like, it seems like a lot more diligent of patrols.
Sapphire, do you want to give us a little help?
Me? Why?
Maybe a little sneaking help?
Oh, I suppose you could.
I will say,
Did she actually just point at herself like this Sapphire?
Yeah.
Another one?
there's probably like verbal, somatic components to that. There's probably like a visual aspect to it.
I mean, if we did it before we left.
You definitely can. That's a preparation you definitely can do. I'm just saying you're literally standing outside right now in front of everybody. So,
Ashes from a burnt leaf of mistletoe and a sprig of spruce. Verbal somatic. Yep. Yeah. Do you want me to cast it on us before we leave the house?
It's probably a good idea so they don't see magic going about.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'll waste a spell to make you guys more quiet. Pass that trace on everyone.
Thank
There you guys go.
that's concentration for an hour, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
None of you elbow me. Made me lose my concentration. I will bite you.
What are you rolling for?
My stealth.
Inside?
Oh, I don't know.
What?
Well, I passed without a trace. I assume we needed to make stealth roll.
Oh, we haven't left yet.
Oh, well.
We just all disappear.
We guys are stealthy.
Shadows.
So, yes, you take out your components and snap your fingers, and all of you start, you feel this very similar shimmering that you guys have previously had, that, make your footsteps a little bit quieter and make you just in general stealthier. So now you guys are leaving the house as
Yes.
you. Okay, sounds good. Are you now rolling stealth? Is that what the plan is? Is to try
All preparations, and we'll stick to like the side alleys. I think. What's our
Stealth-
destination?
Well, stealth in terms of like
Slipping in the
just not-
crowd.
Yeah, like not drawing any attention to ourselves.
I got a 6.
You loud house bitch!
And we're heading towards the gate nearest to the mountain.
That'd be the west
can't
gate.
That's still a 25.
Right?
It depends on
Or
which
is it the
part
north?
you're going to. It could be the north or west.
Okay.
Yes.
We should definitely head towards the north gate because the west gate was the one under attack and it's probably the most heavily.
Okay.
Punch roll.
Let's do that
I'm
then.
gonna get
Okay.
that later.
North
Slam
gate it is.
Okay.
Ooh, baby, I love your way every day.
What do we got for stealth rolls?
25.
Okay.
Bless you.
38.
Very nice.
I think it's the highest I could roll.
Nice.
It is.
The nat 20, yeah.
20, yeah.
What'd you get?
16.
Oof. Okay.
The big dragon, copper dragonborn probably stands out a little bit.
Just a little.
37 for me.
Bronze. Thank you
Yeah, I
very
was just like,
fucking
copper.
much.
Fuck copper.
Or
What?
sorry,
37?
He got 37, 38.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you roll 19? What'd you roll?
I rolled an 18.
it could be you. Oh, no.
Yeah, but
True to the camouflage I'm wearing, I have a 43.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
He rolled a 2.
Oh my god!
Nat 20 as well.
19.
19.
Oh.
Yeah.
44 is as high as I can go.
Oh my god.
Good
King
lord.
Liam.
That's all I can do.
Sure. So,
Disappear?
right?
I wish you would.
Okay.
Talk to my almost stepdad like that.
Divorce him.
What? I'm
What?
not the one who's what?
Sorry.
Anyway,
I know. Moving on.
So, you guys.
You can revive my mom and have her tell him she's not
Yes.
interested.
You're not the father.
Not the baby.
Yeah. Not the mama?
Not the mama. So, you guys make your way out of the door, and you're immediately going to hide into a nearby alley.
We don't even open the door. Chatz and I just limbo under the door. We become shadows and just disappear.
You guys definitely hear Duke stub his toe as he's making his way out, as he, swears in Draconic.
Hey, that's not a nice word. You should really apologize to someone's mother after that.
No. Meanwhile, there's like a chunk out of the fucking door because my feet are so massive.
Right. Like, you definitely, left a imprint where your foot was, but...
It didn't actually hurt Duke.
Right.
It hurt the door,
Yeah.
and there was a huge crack.
Yep. Anyway, so you guys make it into a side alleyway. You guys have several different streets before you. I mean, if you're literally planning on going to the north gate, which is on the opposite side of town. So, are you guys planning on just ducking in between alleys? Is that
I think we're
the
trying
idea?
to slip into the common folk, right? Isn't that the plan? Where we
blend
can.
into the crowd and
As I will remind you, there isn't a lot of crowd to blend into at this point.
Right.
When there is, we will use it to move
Okay.
in between alleyways.
inconspicuous. Perhaps we even spread ourselves out a little bit so that we're not in one big giant group.
Okay.
Mhm.
Or we pair off. There's
5.
5 of us, though, so
Mhm.
somebody's flying solo.
Probably the cat that can disappear,
Mm-hmm. Probably.
leading the way.
And I mean, you look back and Chatz isn't even there anymore.
Yeah.
He's on the other side.
I'm not even from you. I'm nowhere.
In broad damn daylight.
You jealous?
Yeah.
You could be that good, too. If you tried.
I could be running on the rooftops if I really felt like
Why
it.
aren't you?
That'd draw a lot of attention.
Would it though?
I think it would.
People don't really look up.
Not to you.
Definitely would not be quiet. Oh.
Wow, that's really rude. You should apologize.
Usually they do. I'm much taller than
Oh,
It's true, he is tall.
I'm short.
Wow, you guys are passing a lot of shade. Why can't we all be nice?
Why can't we be?
That was nice.
So you're hanging out in this alleyway, and a group of what look like someone from a church, perhaps Agnes's church. You're not quite sure, but you see a group of pious men and women that are passing by. That looks like you could possibly hide behind if you were to follow with them. Who is going first to try and pass?
Good old Assassin's Creed blending.
Yep, that's where I got it from. Thank you.
Not me. I'm not pious enough.
I am.
I am nowhere near as pure as those ladies are.
I already know how this group prays, so I'm already behind them doing all of the
chanting and everything.
That
Yep.
was good. That's impressive.
I grew up here.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Is anyone else going? So you're ducking behind them, right?
Yeah.
Are you following right behind
I
them?
will.
My
sure.
black probably matches their nunnery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it?
Is there a group of rowdy drunks I can get behind?
So you guys, without even noticing it, you don't see Rowan and Chatz anymore as they sneak behind this group. And they start meandering their way. Are you following them to the... It looks like they're going towards one of the main veins of town. Are you just following with them, or are you going to try and dart to a nearby alleyway there?
As soon as they get to like one of the main thoroughfares, I'm gonna duck into an alley.
Okay.
I ain't having that like middle of the town bullshit happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I duck in after him.
Okay, sounds good. So you guys are a little bit farther along. What are the rest of you three doing? I mean, there's, at this point, you're hanging out for a little bit. There's definitely some people that seem to be coming out of their abodes as it's a little bit later, closer to noon.
I just kind of like loop my arm through Rowan's arm and I go,
Nope.
He's not there.
I'm not
not
there.
Rowan, Finnick. What were our nicknames?
Chuck and Lola.
Oh.
Okay.
Agnes knows Chuck and Lola.
So I like loop,
Oh God.
loop my arm through yours and I go, time for a little Chuck and Lola action?
I'm always down for that, Lola.
All right. And we just kind of saunter down like we're just on a date.
Okay, so you guys just pop out of this alleyway. You're not trying to blend in with anybody? You're
No,
just gonna...
just blending in like we're walking to the
We're just
center
there.
of town.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
And then we'll go down the same alleyway that Rowan and Chatz kind of snuck down when we get close to there.
Okay, sounds good. So, I mean, you definitely... So you start walking down the alleyway, out the alleyway, down the main main thoroughfare, and no one seems to pay you any mind. No one seems to know who you are or have
Perfect.
any inclination to stop you.
Just
You
the way
seem-
we like it.
Yep, you seem very inconspicuous.
All right, Dragonborn.
What do you got?
Come on, Godzilla.
I just work here.
There's families, there's businessmen pushing carts. I mean, there's...
I don't even try because there's literally no way that a giant fucking bronze dragonborn cannot stand out.
With a top hat.
That's fair. Yeah, you do have a top hat. You look very fancy.
Grab one of the carts. Help a peddler wheel his cart. Your hired muscle.
With a bunch of giant fucking weapons attached to him.
You might be the bodyguard too.
It's a possibility.
Very conspicuous.
I stick to what I said before. I'm not concerned.
All right.
So are you just walking out like after these two at some point?
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay. So you start walking out of this alleyway, following in the same direction these two were going. Again, no one seems to pay you any mind. It seems like you're...
They're all busy with their lives.
You definitely catch a couple guards just from the sheer number of weapons you have on you, as, you have like a giant sword coming out your back and stuff, which is not typical.
Like 5 of them.
Yes. Definitely not typical of your fairly commoner. But you don't draw any attention. It seems like you're either not of importance to them or they're not interested in you for some reason. But
No.
So you can take this alleyway pretty close to the main town square. If you'd like, you can definitely, cut in and out of alleyways, but this goes all the way through to the main town square. You would have to cross one of the main thoroughfares at that point to get to another alleyway that's on the other side that probably you can weave in and out to get to the north gate if you chose to do so.
Yes, North Gate. That is the path.
Yeah, I mean, we'll skirt around the town square.
Okay.
But yeah, cut it close.
Are you guys waiting for the rest of the group to catch up before you make...
I'll make sure I see Duke at least round the corner since...
It's probably best for us to go out of the gate in groups than in one big group. Less conspicuous, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
But at the very least, yeah, I'm waiting for Duke and then just keeping an eye. How close are we to the gate?
I mean, you're hundreds of feet. I mean,
Sure.
this town isn't huge, but it's also not like 100 square feet total.
Gotcha.
There's some depth to it. So I mean, it'll take you a little bit of time, especially because you guys are being slow. You're trying to find the most advantageous ways to get across. I will say, you guys make your way through this alleyway, and you are now like on that precipice of seeing the town square from your guys' angle. You definitely can see Kudath like barking orders at a bunch of people and a bunch of guards. He seems to be just like screaming at these people. So in like his dark, rough tone, he is like, "I can't believe you let this happen, you stupid pieces of shit. Like, I can't believe blah, blah, blah. You blah, blah, blah." Like he's berating these people. Doesn't matter. So he seems pretty preoccupied. As you guys are watching, you do see, close by him, but not like not right next to his arm. You do see a familiar deep red tiefling that was previously on his lap.
In the fighting pit.
Yes. You see she is talking to what looks like an older lady that is peddling some wares, and she is also screaming at this woman. Like, "I can't believe you charged this, blah blah blah." Like you can hear, I mean, I don't do a good tiefling voice, but you can definitely hear she is just berating this old poor woman and telling her prices are too high and her quality of product is poor, and just
her name is Karen.
That's literally what I have in my notes. Not her actual name, but descriptor. But yeah, she is just berating these people. You can see she is in what looks like a very nice black gown, which really complements her black eyes and white hair with her red horns and all that good stuff. She looks like very finely dressed in comparison to these dirt-covered peasants. But it seems like people pretty preoccupied, and as it's the town square, it seems like there's a lot more people around. You can definitely see the across the way, the general store seems to be hustling, bustling. Slayer's Provisions, and also the Fear of Grindstone, which is across the way. That also seems to be pretty busy. You can see the blacksmith, who you previously had met, Aelor. He is out there greeting customers and talking to people. He looks like his ever so charismatic self, but he seems pretty preoccupied as well. So you guys easily can make your way across without pretty much any issue, being as you're very stealthy and your disguises are pretty good. Do you guys want to do anything before you get to the end of the edge of town by the north gate? Like, at this point, you guys can easily make your way across that main thoroughfare and duck in and out of alleys. Like, that's not going to be a problem. As you guys can probably tell, things are a little bit more pressing than looking for fugitives, it seems like. It seems like people are pretty preoccupied. You would see a familiar, depending if you go in that general direction, but you definitely would see a familiar business that is on the northwest side of town, where you guys previously saw, I believe it was a armored gnome? I can't remember. I think Duke was one of the people who saw it. I think you were with him, but it was a much taller building that kind of stood out amongst the houses. It had very ornate. It looked like it was a shop of some sort. You would also see a man standing out there greeting people, talking to customers and whatnot. But that's really the only point of interest on that side of town before you get to the North Gate.
I don't think there's anything we really need to do, per se.
Okay.
No, I think we should just get out of town while the game's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you... One moment. Okie dokie. So you guys are at that last alleyway, right before, like, you can see the North Gate. You can see the gate is currently closed. There are guards on both sides, like standing guard. There are guards that are walking along the top of the wall, like just keeping an eye out both in and outside the city. But it looks like from your previous experience, the gate is usually open during the day. Like, usually, like, come and go as you please. They definitely seem to have closed the gate during, like, currently today.
How are we going to get out?
That's a good question.
Well, I know how I can get out. That doesn't help you guys.
I know how I could get out, but again, doesn't help us as a group.
Maybe we try and talk our way out.
Not super good at the talking thing.
Me either. Especially not the whole lying thing. I get really uncomfortable when I have to lie to people.
Duke, you have a air of authority about you. Think you can get us past the gate?
Well,
Of course he can. He's Duke.
let's just pose as a security group hired by Dominic to come up and protect the mountain from the hordes, because there's a threat to the mountain as well.
That's not going to work.
What's your idea?
I mean, it could work, but none of us are were creatures, save for Finnick, and it seems like they only operate with were creatures.
Well, he's obviously the muscle. Duke is. These two are shifters, so I'm sure they could pass for were creatures.
That's not how that works.
You don't think you could fool them?
Shifting's a whole different thing than...
You're not going to do it in front of them.
Could you put on, like, just a little show, just to show you mean it?
The were creatures also are usually fully shifted all the time.
Correct. You would know, I believe you've shifted in front of him. He is very feline-like when he shifts.
Mm-hmm.
So he could easily be mistaken for a tabaxi if he were to do so.
A hairless tabaxi.
Gross.
They exist.
Yeah.
Well,
But they're
at the
wrinkly.
very least, he is a were creature.
Can't we just tell them we're travelers staying in town and we're ready to leave?
But what if they tell us that the gate's closed for foreseeable future? What then?
We kill them and leave anyway.
Out the front gate with Kudath literally back there.
That's how we got out of the gate last time. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't you remember that? We murdered everyone at the gate.
Well, the gate was open then.
Just climb over the wall.
You do see, as you see you see people walking literally on the wall. So, I mean, if potentially you were to just try and climb it, you probably would be noticed.
I think the best way out is just to confront the guards and say, we want out. We will handle our own safety.
I could just pay them off.
That's also true.
I mean, they're guards. They gotta like money, right?
Yes.
How much is a good payoff for a guard? Like 10 gold?
Oh my god.
Is that too much? Is that not enough? 20?
You give way too much gold for everything you do.
I'm confused. I thought Finnick said that was an appropriate amount.
You may not be good with money either.
Great with money.
Okay, well, whatever the amount is, I think we could afford it.
I'm sure we're fine.
Well, whoever the best talkers are should be the ones up front.
Not it.
Not it either.
I vote it's Duke.
You and Duke?
I guess. Fine. Come, old Dragonborn friend, let's talk. We'll approach the guards.
Okay, so are you two approaching just you two, or is everyone going?
We'll be behind them just a couple of feet.
Okay, sounds good. So, you both walk up. There's a werebear that seems to be looking pretty bored, standing there just like staring blankly ahead. Think the London Guard. And he notices you two approach, as well as the three of you behind, and kind of gives you a what are you doing type of look. And as you get closer, he says, halt. Where are you going?
We need to leave the city.
What's wrong with your face?
Horrible scarring. There's a fire.
Roll me a deception check.
It's something you get when you have the experience he does.
Okay, that is a... Hold on. Doing now. 29.
So he looks at you and looks at your mask face that you have. He definitely doesn't look happy. He doesn't necessarily look like he believes you or trusts you, but he doesn't outright call you a liar. He just says, you should do something about your face. It looks weird.
That's all I can afford.
Well, you don't have to worry about his face when you have us leave.
Your friend looks fancy. Why doesn't he just help you?
He's cheap.
I spent my gold on myself.
Sapphire is sitting behind them like this, like shaking. She's trying so hard not to laugh. She's like leaning on Finnick for support as she's just shaking with laughter. I need you to help me because I'm dying.
That may be, but
that Rosemary was the one that helped us if we died.
Right. That may be. He may be cheap, but you aren't going anywhere. The city's on lockdown. There's dangerous things out there.
Oh, we're well aware of what's out there.
Our safety is our own. Once we leave these walls, it's none of your concern. And I'll reach under my cloak and discreetly kind of toss like 2 gold his way for him to catch.
Do you have gloves on?
I feel like I did have gloves, so
yeah,
I
got you some leather ones.
That's true.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I would have worn the gloves.
Okay, sounds good. So you toss him 2 gold. He grabs it out of the air, looks at it. One of you can go through.
You have no liabilities.
I reach in my pouch and pull out 10 more gold And I reach forward for his paw, palming the gold, and say, surely you can let more of us out.
So he takes the 12 gold that you've now given him, looks at it, and says, why didn't you use this to fix your face?
And I say, with another 5 gold, why don't you stop asking questions?
That's a good point. And he takes all of the 17 gold you've given him, puts it in his pouch, and like just looks over at the guy up top and says, let him through. And the guy just like looks at him like, what the fuck are you doing? But he just shrugs, and you hear the chains undoing, and the gate slowly starts to open.
Scolded me because I suggested giving the man 10 gold. And Chatz handed him almost double that. So maybe Duke doesn't understand how money counting works.
I mean, dragons.
Yeah, they just like to keep all their money to themselves.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
And we scurry under the portcullis before it closes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys quickly make your way out from under the portcullis, and it does close directly behind you. Like, they are not keeping that door open for anybody.
It's going to be hard to convince them to let us back in, I think.
Well, that's not a problem right now.
I'm sure we'll be able to walk in after these creatures bust down the walls. No big deal.
One problem at a time.
We can surf the zombies in. That'd be fun.
Let's head towards the mountain.
Okay.
I saw Aster do that down a mountain once on a shield, and it was...
No, you didn't.
I didn't. That wasn't me. I'm sorry.
How do you have your mother's memory?
Why do you have her body?
Cord gave them to me. And it's really awkward.
That you don't believe in?
No, that I don't believe in, yeah.
Anyway.
So after you make your way out of this door, you can immediately see within, 300-400 feet, like the massiveness of the mountain that is before you. The entrance, obviously you can easily see from here, is heavily guarded. Like there is the main road that you go in, and there is the slow, steep incline that would kind of encapsulate this western portion of the mountain. That would lead to the terraces on the
I really don't think they're going to let
entrance.
us walk into this place.
Well, let's go up where you and Finnick were up then.
There was a
Since you know
guard
it.
that walked around the mountain. We have like a 10-minute window.
Well, then we should make it quick.
Hug the walls when they come by. Or the floor, depending on
Actually,
where they're at.
we just hide in the woods until they go by, and then we climb up the mountain, and then
Let's
lay
hope there's no
flat
zombies in
in
the
the-
woods right now.
it's daytime.
We don't know how these things work.
They seem to only come out at night.
It's daytime.
Maybe they like the shade of the trees.
Potentially true. I want to find out.
As you glance over at the previous woods that you guys had been living in and hidden previously, it has that similar black ichor ooze that's now dripping off of
I
it.
hope our friend in the bubble is safe.
Well, I believe that the spell on him was that anything that meant him harm could not enter the bubble. And since these creatures intend harm to all, in theory he should be safe.
Fair enough. Let's go climb a mountain.
All right, so you guys make your way slowly around this southwestern portion of the mountain. You do know that there are patrols that go around. So, I mean, you can see them coming. So right now you guys are in just open field. But I mean, you guys rolled very highly on your stealth, and you can kind of lay low. It doesn't seem like they are very perceptive or paying much attention.
Who's gonna climb this steep ass hill?
Exactly. You can definitely just see in their demeanor, like, why are we doing this? This is stupid, but we have to do it type of thing. So they're mostly just like walking and talking and not paying attention whatsoever. So you guys can pretty easily hide out, make your way along the city wall and into the forest, if that's where you're planning on hiding out.
Until we have a window to climb up the terraces, yeah?
So you make your way into like the immediate thicket of forest, and it would be, like I said, it would be difficult terrain in this black ooze to make it around. But of course, having your very fancy
Sometimes rangers are good for something.
very fancy
Rangers are
ranger,
always good for something.
you just
It's just every once in a while, Sapphire grabbing one you by the shoulder, going, "Don't step there. Don't step there. Hey, no."
it definitely sticks to your shoes as like a like it is not great.
What shoes for you?
Toe beans.
Yeah, your toe
Oh, you
beans is
too.
I don't have toe beans.
Yeah, but your
but
toes.
I don't have shoes.
No, it's gonna get all in your toes. You
Look
really
at your
offended
scales.
when I said you had toe beans. Is it because you actually do have toe beans and you don't want us to see them?
I show you my claws.
Well, that settles that. I'm.
Go ahead.
I was like, yeah, I'm just watching for one of them to pass by, and then I'm in a runner's block, ready to go.
We'll see you at the top of the mountain. Have a fun run.
Mm-hmm.
Don't work up a sweat. No,
I never do.
We got more exercises to do afterwards.
So what are you planning on using to scale the mountain with?
Oh, my damn feet, because I can go up a sheer cliff face with.
Just your
Monk
movement?
shit.
Yeah, monk
Oh.
shit.
I didn't know if
Shit.
I didn't know if you had to use like key points or anything for that, or
He
if
turns
you just
into Spider-Man and just fucking runs.
Yeah, if I had boots of spider climbing, then I could do it on wall or on ceilings too. So
Mhm.
Haven't you seen that video of the literal, like, Tibetan monk who is just walking
Yes.
that 45-degree angle
Yeah.
while the guy is, like, struggling up his rope?
Mhm. Yes,
Okay.
I have seen that.
Yep.
Monk shit.
monk shit.
So you guys are standing on the very edge of this forest. You do see there is obviously openings that you guys can make your way through. So Rowan's the first one to go. He just darts right behind this group. Again, they don't seem to be paying much attention at all. And you just sheer. I mean, there's. This is a terrace, so like there are flat portions for you to like rest for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Is it
If you
okay
need
that
to.
I'm really impressed?
yeah.
Okay.
You know what? We should make a spoiler for you, because if you get a good enough speed to start, you could generate enough downforce. You might be able to just stay on that ceiling.
Maybe. My momentum, that's what I'm using to get up the mountain.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys see easily Rowan is just going. Are you waiting for them at the top of the mountain? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'll make sure to kind of hide myself in whatever I can, kind of at the top of the mountain, like actually like laying down if there's some tall grass, just to kind of watch their ascent.
I mean, there'd probably be rocks up there. There
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be any grass anymore. It seems like it was previously like irrigated and like well taken care of, and like that has slowly eroded over time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick to the rocks, but I also want to keep an eye on below them to make sure that they get up all right.
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
well, only trick I got is that I can levitate.
Also, I suppose I'll find a big enough rock that I could tie my 50 feet of rope to for probably some of the folks to use it to get up.
You definitely could. It would go down maybe like one terrace, but
That's fine. It'd make it easier for them.
Yep, it definitely is something to help.
I go to the bottom of the mountain. and
Okay.
Look at it.
It is just a gigantic like staircase of plateaus that
I cast levitate on myself and just kind of start floating.
okay. So second person of the group just you just innately just start floating up, and that lasts for an hour? 10 minutes? I don't know off the top of my head.
What was it, concentration?
You would lose pass without a trace, but
That's okay.
Levitate is concentration. It lasts 10 minutes.
so
It
you
take me
can
more than 10 minutes to get up the mountain.
you can easily make it up the mountain in 10 minutes.
I just casually like come up next to you and I sit down and I like.
I hope you do
cross
the
my-
storm thing where she
Yeah,
just kind of
sure, why
puts her
not?
arms down and just kind of.
And I sit down next to you and I kind of cross my legs and I'm like, "What's up?"
I like the idea of your hair turning into a helicopter.
Yeah,
Like
just-
tails.
Yeah.
So
Man, I really worked up a sweat. I am tired.
Same,
Yeah.
same.
This is hard work there.
So-
Should we watch our friends?
so you're seeing
Okay, who do you think's gonna fall? My bet's unfortunately on Duke.
I hope not. Nobody falls.
I'm
be
just
terrible.
kidding. I hope our friends don't fall. I really do. do you say, 5 gold?
Alright.
Are you actually betting her?
God, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh, fine.
So, who is next to try and climb the...
Well, I think since half of us are going for cake right now, I'll go ahead and go and...
I already climbed up the mountain.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
done.
I know.
mean, it's between you three.
Okay. So Chatz
Like
will
half this piece?
kind of
Another Christmas
look both ways, make sure that it's clear. and-
Again, I mean, there would be patrols, but there's obviously portions in there where, you would have a time frame to get up there, and, I mean, it's not like they're, staring up at the mountain, double checking to make sure no one's climbing it.
Right.
So...
And I'm just narrating it.
I understand. I'm...
Yep. And upon a clearing, he's going to shoot forward and start climbing up the mountain. And he has a climb speed of 20 feet. So...
Yeah, you guys are out of shot. You're fine. So yeah, you do have a climb speed. I will say, it is... But even though you do have a climb speed, it's still, taking effort to do this. It's you're pulling your body up a sheer cliff face.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you do have a climb speed. That's how fast you can go. But still, go ahead and give me athletics.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably going to be significantly easier for you, but you're doing a bunch of these tasks. So just give me 3 athletics rolls.
Okay. The first one is going to be 21.
Okay.
The second one, 17.
Okay. You're making your way up the first couple terraces, and it seems like it's pretty easy. And then you start making your way up the next couple, and you definitely are starting to feel it in your upper body. It's definitely starting to wear and tear on you a little bit. Go ahead and do your last one.
Does he have advantage because my rope's there?
Once he gets to that point, he would.
Oh, okay.
Where's the rope at?
It's 50 feet. So it'd be the very last terrace that you're trying to go up, but you have a couple more before you get to that point.
Oh.
So you haven't reached the rope yet. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So that's a nat 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my dance. It's just but then sometimes I...
Is this a TikTok?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, Rowan.
Anyway, so you two are watching down as you see Chatz slowly making his way up, and you hear a "Meow" as he grabs a rock that just completely falls out from his paw, and he just starts to grasp at nothing as he falls.
How far away is he?
A good 100 feet or so, maybe 200.
He's too far away for me to help him.
It's
Also, I should have bet on Chatz falling first. That's a mistake.
He'll land on his feet.
Yeah, he's fine. Cats are really agile.
You take a whole 6 points of falling damage.
Alright.
Okay, he's not falling over to the bottom. There's terraces.
Correct. So you fall and land on a rock, and it just stabs you in the side, and it definitely kinks you off a little bit, and your old man bones, they aren't what they used to be.
Right.
So you get up and wince, but you're back on your feet and ready to keep going.
Alright.
Shoot
I
my
think
thumbs
the
up.
first thing I'm going to do is look around, make sure no one
I pull out a
saw
piece
or
of
heard
paper
that.
out of my journal, and I write a 6.5 on there, and I hold it down
Go
to him.
ahead and give me perception as you see a 6.5. That
Alright. That's gonna be 21.
so you look up and see the 6.5 and at that Sapphire
And Rowan giving you a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
and you look down and you don't see any of the guards that are paying attention necessarily. They're walking by, but no one seemed to have looked up at you.
I forgot there were chips.
Okay.
So you seem to be pretty concealed, it seems like.
So I'm going to stretch it out a little bit and rub my bruises and try and climb the last little leg
Okay,
here.
go ahead and give me another athletics check.
Alright. That's going to be an 18.
Yeah, so even with your fall and your wincing pain in your side, you managed to make your way up to that last terrace, and then pretty easily you can climb the rope that Rowan left down for you. And with your last, like, little bit of energy, you grab the edge and just pull yourself up, and, like, your arms are on fire. Like, this was exhausting.
Hey, buddy.
Brings me back to when I was a little kitten.
Did you fall a lot when you were a kitten?
What kid doesn't fall a lot?
I forgot what it feels like to live on a mountain.
Would you like some water?
Yes.
I don't like my canteen.
So both of you would feel the pass by the trace fade on you as you guys are both standing in the forest still.
Climb up the mountain. You guys could do it at the same time.
I will have you guys roll stealth checks.
It's a big mountain.
Both of you will have to roll stealth checks as you are making your way. Because you rolled so high previously with pass by the trace, you were fine. But without that.
Would have only been a 32 then instead of a 42.
Oh, that's still really good.
I don't know, 43 wasn't.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you both are totally fine. It seems like even though I think you have to be near them for the ichor stuff to not affect them, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are trying to make your way through the sludge. Is making your journey a little bit harder. But you don't have to go too far. So which one of you is going first to try and climb the mountain?
I'll scramble up.
Okay. So you have a climbing kit, right?
I do.
So it will definitely be easier to get up the mountain, but go ahead and give me some athletics checks to try and climb.
I think that gives you advantage, or does it give you proficiency?
Double check. It should say.
Oh, I don't know.
Climbing kit?
Yeah.
I think it just makes you proficient. I don't know.
Let's see if I even added it. Climber's kit.
I don't know. You're the you.
You can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you are anchoring yourself, and you can't climb more than 25 feet away from the point without undoing the anchor.
I mean, we can,
Okay, I imagine it gives
That's
you
all it does.
proficiency. Yeah.
So basically, it saves you from falling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
So you make your way to the first portion, and you get everything set up and pit in the wall, and you start making your way up, and you make it up 10 feet, and similar to Chatz, you pull just a stray loose rock, and you fall, but you don't hit the ground because of the rope is preventing you.
That's not what you want to do, Duke. So you just that's showing you.
As you fallen basically down to my level, I'm like,
That's why I'm like, hey, don't do that. Not what you want to do.
I look over at Chatz, heavy panting, and Rowan just kind of chilling, and I'm like, you guys want to play cards?
I'm way more entertained at what's going on
I
right
tried
now.
to bet you, and you wouldn't play.
Oh, you know what'd be even funnier? I take a gold out of my pocket and I flip it down to the first terrace. Like one of those nice spins to see if Finnick actually notices it.
Or Duke. Duke also likes shiny.
Oh, that's Scotch.
Hmm.
That was a 23.
Yeah, so I'll say you're on your you're not standing, you're on the rope, and it's holding you up. You're 2 inches from the ground, and you see just the sliver of shiny that starts falling towards you from the sky. You have no idea where it came from, but you see it land and bounce and fall. It looks like above you, but I mean, you don't know exactly which terrace it is from your perspective, but you can probably guess it's probably in the first one. So go ahead and give me another athletics check to try and keep going up this.
Let's see if it'll give him a little motivation.
Oh, I was only 12.
So I'll say with your climbing kit, it's pretty easy for you to get up, especially the first couple terraces. So you make your way up and pretty easily find that one gold that Rowan threw down to
I think
you.
you're right. Do it again. It's working.
Throw up platinum next time.
So as you say that, you definitely hear, a little bit of commotion coming from down where the patrol is going at. And it definitely sounds like they are taking a little bit of notice of stuff that seems to be going on. It seems like there's a lot of commotion coming from this side of the mountain. Mm-hmm. So, like, you would see, like, they start, like, looking around and taking like, the area. Like, they're not looking up at you necessarily, but they're definitely a little bit more cautious of what's going on. Are you going to keep climbing? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and give me a couple more athletics checks.
I don't know what that is. That's a 10. Another natural one.
So for we'll say for the second portion, you don't fall and take any damage, but like it's definitely a slog. It's taking you a little bit to get up, and then when you get to where you're close to the rope that Rowan put down, you fall again. Again, you don't take any fall damage, but like this is definitely difficult for you, much more difficult than it previously was.
Rowan, he looks like he's struggling. Do you want to like run down there real quick and help him?
Can I?
I'm gonna carry him on my back.
Well, just like get him to the rope at least.
What? Oh, change dice?
Yeah.
Like it looks like he needs some help.
It's better.
Can I see any guards like moving towards Finnick from where I'm at?
Well, being as they're on the ground, so no. But you can definitely see like they're like looking. They're starting to look around because you have a bird's eye perspective, so you'd be able to see like they're taking stock of the ground and trying to figure out like what is going on. It seems like there's commotion coming from this area.
I think what I want to do. Well, can I do something like this?
Are the guards where Duke is? Like
they're close. They're close to Duke. Like
Duke should just get up on the mountain.
They're on the ground.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean that's totally.
That's what I think.
I guess if
I mean, you rolled really high in stealth. Sneak behind and climb up the mountain. Don't fall.
Well, I mean,
You do have a climber's kit.
Yeah.
I think what I want to try and do is I have a little glass vial, empty potion or whatever.
Okay.
If I can see any patrols down there, I want to throw it in a direction that is away from where my party is to create a distraction.
Okay. Just roll a d20. We'll see how well you can aim this thing. Add your dex.
You're like 300 feet in the air or something like that.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Just my straight dex modifier?
Yep.
That would be a 21.
Okay, so you see him pulling out what looks like an empty vial out of his bag, and he just walks over to the side and just chucks it.
What are you doing?
And you see it just falling. It takes a little time, but eventually you threw it closer to the city, Tarrin. But it shatters, like right in front of a couple soldiers. And they immediately see that and look directly up as they were like, what the fuck? They can't see you because of their perspective, but like, they look very confused that
fucking clothesline you to the ground.
That a vial just fell out of the sky.
What are you doing?
I was trying to create a distraction.
I think you just need to get up on the mountain, Duke.
It's good. Good distraction. Good distraction. Duke!
Yeah, no, don't. And I cover her mouth.
As you're attempting to yell down, hundreds of thousands.
I'm giving you devil eyes. So angry.
Care.
Go ahead and do your last athletics check.
Me?
Yep.
23.
Yeah,
There's the die you need to be using.
Yep. So you
The
eventually.
other one was good. I had a couple 20s on it.
You eventually do make your way up, especially with the help of Rowan's rope. But you're all at the top now except for Duke.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm gonna start climbing now that.
It definitely does seem like they are distracted by the vial, like they are investigating that area. So you have a much bigger window than normal. So go ahead and run over with your stealth and go ahead and give me some athletics checks. You do have the climbing kit, so you shouldn't take any fall damage.
Let's see. That is 13.
Okay, so the first leg, it's a little hard. You're not used to climbing sheer cliff faces, and you are a big burly dragonborn. But you're just getting used to the climb. So the first couple terraces are a little tough, but you keep going, pushing through.
Fucking A. Natural 1.
Okay. You do fall down a terrace, and it sets you back a little bit. Again, you don't take any damage because of your climbing kit, but you definitely are set back a little ways, not making as much progress as you were hoping. You can definitely feel that tension and pressure of your muscles aching as you're making your way. Go ahead and give me another athletics.
16.
Yep, so this last little portion before you get to where the rope and a lot of people can help you potentially, you seem like you're, again, it's definitely starting to take a toll on you, but you're pushing through that pain. Go ahead and give me one last one.
21.
Yeah, easy. So you push through that pain, and everyone is silently cheering you on as you make your way to that edge, pull up that rope, make your way to the very tippy top, and you guys are all now standing at the top of this mountain, and you can see it is a gorgeous view. You can see all of Shaggy Paw and the can't think of the right word. I don't want to say encampment. That's what I'm looking for. The encampment that is west of Shaggy Paw, where a lot of the guards previously were. It doesn't look very populated from where you guys can see. It's pretty far down, but you don't see a lot of movement or anything. You see the fields that are just past Shaggy Paw. You see the two roads that split the mountain that go up the north and south sides of the mountain. You can see now the trees behind you, the large forest that's just covered with this black ichor, and then the town of Tarrin that seems to be hustle and bustle. No fires or anything going on, but it's definitely lively in comparison to the mountain, it seems.
It is beautiful up here.
Yes, it is.
At this point, it's probably getting to be a little afternoon as you guys have trekked your way up here. But on this spring day, it's not too hot yet, so you're not like huffing and puffing from the heat necessarily. You are probably tired just from the sheer running and climbing and flying. Your hair is pooped.
It's very fluffy and 80s and like it's a little Celeste-ish kind of right now because it's so poofy, but her hair's shorter, so.
So yeah, you guys are at the top of the mountain. What is the plan?
So, wherever you and Finnick found this symbol?
Oh, it was in Shaggy Paw.
The thieves' camp?
Oh, it was outside of an inn.
It's probably where we should head, right?
Yes, and avoid this encampment.
The town is pretty well guarded.
Well, we'll have to sneak our way in. Can we get close enough to Shaggy Paw to kind of take a view of it and see what the guard situation's looking like?
You're like just a bird's eye view kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see from up here, there doesn't seem to be very much activity in both in the encampment and Shaggy Paw. It looks like it's pretty quiet down there, especially in comparison to like Tarrin. Doesn't seem like there is, I don't want to say ghost town, but like you don't see any movement for the most part. Like there maybe is a couple people here and there, like maybe one or two patrols, but it's definitely not, it doesn't seem like a lively city in any aspect of the word.
Was it this way when you guys came up here?
Yes. It's usually night when we were here, so everyone was in their homes. But to what we observed, the Tabaxi are treated like slaves, so they live in the home with the were creature owners.
When I lived on the mountain, Shaggy Paw was a farming village. Now that there's no farms, I assume this encampment is their primary reason for existence to support the troops that are stationed here to protect this side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Seems they're not doing a very good job anymore, but yes. Anyway,
We should get into the city, I think, and try to find whatever this thing is. Because you can read it, can't you?
yes.
Wasn't that, didn't we get a message?
Yes, I read it. It said that
Kilroy was here.
the followers of dissidents come to Fleetwood Market. I can't remember.
Do you know where Fleetwood Market is?
I don't recall a Fleetwood Market. There's a market in Underfelix, of course. That was kind of the hub of trade in the mountain, but and there's small markets in the other two towns, just where people would buy their daily food and wares.
Maybe it's best if we find an actual tabaxi.
Yes, I agree.
As opposed to a fake tabaxi.
Yeah,
yes.
a faux tabaxi.
Yeah.
There's one that works in the inn.
Somebody who knows the lay of the land that might be able to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Should we head down into the city then?
Yes.
We should do so very cautiously.
Agreed.
Just to give you an idea of the layout of Shaggy Paw, it is just a single street. Like, it is a long single street of just buildings. So the encampment is at the very base, then this long single street that kind of splits off into the streets that eventually become the roads of the mountain. So it's a very small town in comparison. So there's not a lot going on. There's a bunch of buildings along the way, but it's not like a sprawling city by any means.
Yeah, I think we'll head down then.
Okay. So, I'm assuming everyone is heading down. Are you guys trying to be stealthy about it? Are you going to try and do Pass Without a Trace again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you casting Pass Without a Trace?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Be stealthy.
So two of you have climbing kits, right?
Yep.
And you can
I
slow
will
fall
slow
for
fall
free.
down to the ground.
You no longer have levitate, correct?
I
And you have claws. So, the four of you will have to make athletics checks. You two cannot take fall damage, but go ahead and do your Pass Without a Trace, and we'll do stealth.
I obviously take my rope back from the rock.
Yep, I figured.
Well, that's a 29. Nope. 39.
For stealth.
Stealth. 40.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
34.
Okay.
27.
So you guys start making your way down the mountain. It doesn't seem like anyone, again, is really looking up at the mountain for any reason. You're not catching anyone's attention. But you slowly start making your way down. Are you going ahead, or are you trying to keep pace with everybody?
I mean, is this like a...
It's terrace again.
Oh, it's terraced again?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll probably cut ahead of everyone. Just to kind of secure somewhere for, where we're all kind of headed.
Mm-hmm.
To try to make sure that there's no...
Are you going to lead them towards the southern portion of the encampment then like you previously did? Okay. Because there is tall grass that you guys made your way through that seemed to obscure your travel pretty well. So we'll say you guys start making your way along the southern portion of the terraces. Go ahead and give me athletics checks as you guys start making your way down. You don't have a climb speed, correct?
$16.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
23.
11.
Okay. So, the two of you make it down the first third without an issue. You start making your way down a couple of terraces. You get to about halfway down the second step, we'll say, and you don't have any equipment to protect you.
Right.
And
I
you're,
definitely in panic tried to grab onto Finnick or Duke.
and I mean, you can definitely attempt to. Go ahead and give me a dex saving throw. I will say it potentially will affect them, but you might take less damage.
That's 23.
Yeah, so I'll say you start falling at the very top of one of the terraces as Duke is starting making his way down, which
I literally like grab him like around the back and neck.
so you grasp onto him, and as soon as you do, Onyx freaks out.
Oh no, it's okay, Onyx. It's okay. It's okay.
Obsidian. Thank you. Obsidian
okay.
starts freaking out and scratches Duke in the back, which causes him to release, which causes you to fall. So I
don't let go of him.
Yeah,
I'm like monkey gripped.
So I will say, you grab onto him just fine, but you both fall. Neither of you take any damage because you're both just hanging by these cords.
Obsidian, you picked a really weird time to wake up. We've gotten shot at, we've gotten almost set on fire, and now you're clawing Duke because we free-falled a little bit. Girl, you need to set your priorities.
So she's like hanging up, like...
She's like hanging around you like for dear life.
Think like piggyback ride style.
Yeah, like...
For a backpack.
I'm kind of just gonna like reach behind me, grab her, and pull her over to the wall.
Okay.
No! No!
So you have a little bit left of this terrace, but not much. You can easily make your way down. So neither of you, like I said, neither of you take any damage. Go ahead and all four of you give me another...
I will grasp onto you again.
Athletics check.
Athletics.
I know. Oh, it's
10.
What you got?
Oh, sorry.
Athletics.
It's in my own world.
I understand.
Athletics is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Almost. 19.
19?
11.
Okay.
10.
10 total. Okay. So this time it's you two that have a little difficulty. You two make your way down the two-thirds of the mountain pretty easily. Again, you guys are starting to feel exhausted from this climbing down as you're making your way down the side. You will definitely fall at this point.
Yeah, I'm definitely grabbing out for someone again.
We'll say you just miss Finnick as he also starts falling, but he is caught by his rope, whereas you take a whole 7 damage from falling. And go ahead and give me a concentration check on your pass without a trace.
Oh.
I'm just at this point like laying on the ground in the tall grass that's down there where she pointed us at. And watch her roll down the mountain.
How far am I from the bottom?
Oh, you probably still have a good couple, like 2 or 3 more terraces left.
How many feet is that?
200 or so.
I take out a bit of pemmican and just start like chewing on it slowly, like watching her. Like, thump,
I
thump,
walk
thump,
to
thump,
the
thump.
edge of the terrace.
You know, it might be more efficient if you just like walked up to it, laid down, and then slide down with your like.
I look at Finnick.
Face down.
Who's
I
just
look at Rowan.
hanging there.
And I jump.
Okay.
And then right before I reach the bottom, I misty step.
I just like.
So, are you taking like a running leap to try and get an arc?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys all see as Sapphire just like backs up and just runs at the edge of this terrace, and you can see she's about to just like leap, like it's very obvious.
The boots is striding, don't you?
No,
I do at the
Yeah.
starting. I get a good jump.
Yeah, you get a really, because it's 3 times your jumping speed,
Yeah.
jumping distance. So yeah, you guys see her. She kicks off the edge and just jumps. Like,
I would like.
what would you like to
Just because fuck this. I fire my grappling hook at her.
No, I'm gonna try
To try and bring her back? Is that what you're trying to do? Or are you trying to...
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't know why she's doing this, and that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an attack roll to try and grapple her. We'll just do it against your AC.
Okay.
The absurdity. I love it. What'd you roll?
25.
Yeah.
Can
so,
I,
It catches a stiletto.
you shoot it.
can he even reach me if I've jumped 3 times away from
How far?
I don't know, how far can I jump? How far is my jumping speed?
God.
Your long jump is, if you move 10 feet, it's the number of feet up to your strength score.
What's your strength score?
14?
So it'll be
No.
14 times 3.
The plus or the...
It's the score, not
It's
the
the
modifier.
score, not the
okay,
modifier.
so 14.
Times 3.
3.
So
Definitely not far enough. I have
40.
100 foot of rope.
Yeah,
attached.
no, he's...
If I see the rope coming, can I teleport away from it?
I mean, you can Misty Step, but that would be using your Misty Step.
That's okay, it's a spell. I have lots of those.
Yeah, I mean, because is it a reaction to do? It's a bonus action.
It's a bonus
So-
action.
I would say because it's not a reaction spell, he can hit you and not
Gotcha.
not do damage necessarily, just like grapple you, and then you can just teleport out of it pretty easily.
What are you doing? You what you
As you're falling.
she's
Right.
yelling
So you,
now.
Yeah.
but you grapple me, but you can't pull me in. So what you just
You don't
stop.
think I can?
I was like...
But you can't pull me in now. So you've grappled me as I'm free falling.
It's still better than you free falling out.
Right.
So after I've seen you grapple me and I'm still falling, and I look at you and I'm like, as I unhook the grapple hook and throw it and give you 2 peace signs.
As you just start falling.
I'm really getting into my
Falling.
snacks now, like...
And just keep falling.
And then
You hear the air whooshing past your ear.
And then as I get like 30 feet to the ground, I Misty Step to the ground. Just like I'm laying down next to Rowan.
And you Misty Step and you take no damage because that's how spells
That's how
work.
spells work. I lay down next to Rowan and I reach my hand in his snack bag. So,
So
I could have died.
so
Some of us respect spell slots. So that's 15.
okay. So you reel in your grappling hook. Go ahead and Finnick and Duke, go ahead and give me another athletics check.
Some of us respect spell slots. Others were tired of falling. And it hurt. Can I have more of your snacks?
What do we got for athletics?
25.
Yeah,
Natural
sure.
1.
Okay, so you both seem to be making your way down just fine. Finnick gets caught in his rope and just starts struggling with it, and he just gets tangled in his rope. And he is stuck. Like, he cannot make his way down without someone's assistance.
I hand my pemmican back to my pemmican bag back to Sapphire
Wait.
and start
I put my hand on your chest. Does that cloud kind of look like a deer up there, do you think?
I put my hand on her face and use it to like stand up.
That's rude! Your hand smells like pemmican! I don't like it!
Among other things. And
Is this Trevor?
It was definitely Trevor. And I start like running my way back up the mountain.
Okay, so you guys both just get down to the bottom, and you see Rowan just sprint up the side of the wall and make his way over to Finnick, which is up a couple terraces, but easily can get up there. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand to try and undo the knots that Finnick has.
21.
Yeah, easily. You can help him finesse the rope. Go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage as he is helping you get down the rest of the way.
22.
Yeah, so easily you help him, like you can even just slow fall with him as he's climbing down. You three definitely are feeling like your upper body's
I'm
on
literally
fire.
laying on the ground where Rowan left me.
You're-
With the pemmican on my chest.
and you're pretty tired too. Like,
I
climb.
know, yeah, I'm tired. I fell a couple of times.
Right. You guys can definitely feel like your extremities are on fire. Like, you
Guys, can we take a
you're
nap?
exhausted.
Just a quick one. Just like 5 minutes.
No, we've got a lot of
Why don't
ground to cover.
Why don't you take a breather, and I will. I'll look around to see if I can't see a tabaxi in the immediate vicinity.
That seems fair. If you see one, just grab them and run them back here. It's real fast.
Would
Can you
not.
run fast while you're holding somebody? They're small.
Am I to steal a child?
That's how that sounded, didn't it?
Yeah. Maybe you should think things through first.
No, steal a
Sapphire.
child.
Children.
I sneak off into closer to the city.
Okay.
While I leave everybody behind.
Okay.
Pemmican? I gestured to it laying on my chest where Rowan left it.
Just blushes.
There's like a grease like handprint on the side of her face where
Rowan
like
touched
just
me
berry
with-
juice and
Rowan touched
animal
me with
fat.
Trevor, and I appreciate it. I don't know why I didn't wipe my face off, to be honest with you.
You like it.
Maybe I do.
So, go ahead and give me a stealth check without Pass Without Trace, because it would wear off.
24.
Yeah, so, as you start making your way, are you going into Shaggy Paw proper, or are you going into the encampment? Which one are you?
I'll probably go into the encampment because that's kind of where it seemed like.
That's where a lot of
No?
the... You would...
That's where all the guards are.
Correct.
Oh, no, screw that. I'm going to Shagba.
Okay, so...
He
So-
just turns around.
I feel like we see you running towards there, and Sapphire sits up, and she's like, "No,
No, I start going off and I look back and I'm like and then,
So, you guys are
he's
just...
lucky he's attractive because sometimes he's dumb."
Oh my god.
So the four of you just lie there and let your
My sister would
extremities
love him.
rest as you guys wait for Rowan to get back. So go ahead and take a short rest. Using a hit
I didn't use
die.
very many health. My arms are sore.
But you definitely are feeling the climb. So you make your way into Shaggy Paw. Pretty stealthily. You make your way along the backside of the houses. You can see in between the houses, the main thoroughfare, couple different people, guards seem to be walking around. Again, not busy necessarily at all. There are like windows into like people's probably houses that you can like peek in if you'd like. There's looks like a little bit of a larger building, a little bit down the way, closer to the entrance of Shaggy Paw on the eastern side. There are several other larger buildings that don't look like homes, that look abandoned, like they haven't been utilized in a long time.
Sure.
But that's kind of the gist of the town.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay to the outsides as much as I can, but I'm
Okay.
definitely like gonna peek into windows and whatnot when I
Okay.
can to see if I see any tabaxi in this area.
With your passive perception, you would easily be able to see a lot of this. So you make your way to the back of one of the houses, and you peek in, and it looks like, I think the best way to describe it is squalor. Like, it is like no furniture, like it looks like 100 people live in this 10 by 10 room. Like, it is packed to the gills, but there's currently no people here. Like, it looks like there are just blankets. Like, there's just a bunch of blankets and just mess. Of various size, like clothes and food just strewn about. Like, you can probably gather just from looking at the clutter and mess that's in this house that these people either don't care or don't have the ability to care, or are packed in here like sardines and can't really do anything about it. But I mean, you would see probably kids' toys and such, and by kids' toys I mean like
wooden doll.
Yeah, like I'm not saying
rough
like
carved.
Yeah, like these are handmade of the earth, like sticks and twigs and stuff.
Sure.
Like nothing fancy. But you can definitely tell these houses at probably one point were nice, but they have been dilapidated over the years and definitely not taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
In probably maybe one or two of the houses, you would see like a small group of will look like huddled masses, basically, of just like kids and maybe some elderly tabaxi. Like you would recognize them as immediately tabaxi. Like they're obviously not hiding their features. But like either the very, very young or very, very old would probably be like sleeping, hanging out in these squalor dens, not doing much.
Sure. So the one that has folks in it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there'd be a bunch of them. You just pick one. It's fine.
Sure. I'm going to, since there doesn't seem like they're not coming out or anything. Like
No,
they're just kind of hanging out inside.
It seems like for the most part they are keeping to themselves. They, like I said, there's very few people outside, and if they are, they have like a purpose to them. Like they're not just like wandering about and being neighborly. They are like doing a duty of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But of all the ones that do have people in them, they are either just lying about, or cleaning or doing very mundane things as best they can, assuming they have a spare tattered rag to clean up a mess or something.
I'm gonna go to one of their doors and kind of give a light knock.
Okay. So as you approach one of the back doors, you rap just on the back door. And are you just waiting for a response? Are you trying to like look in or what?
I'm just being as nice as I can. I'm just waiting for a response.
Okay. So immediately you hear silence. Like if there was any sound coming from the inside, it is gone. And it just is silence and silence. And then you hear a little bit of movement, and then you can, with your passive perception, you would see like some movement in the window, like you can probably guess who is here type of, why is someone knocking on my back door type of thing. But they don't immediately like come to the door and open it or say anything. They just quick peek and then duck down, like in the hopes that you didn't see them type of thing.
I will lightly knock again, see if they answer their door.
So, this time you hear some movement on the other side. It's pretty slow, but you do hear eventually the shufflings of what sounds like elderly tabaxi toe beans coming across the floor. And you hear like the doors slowly start to open, and you hear from the other side, yes.
I'm looking for some information about this area. I'm friendly, I promise.
So, just to give you an idea, this elderly tabaxi woman, like white fur all over, tattered clothes, looks like she hasn't gotten a good sleep in years, gaunt. She opens this door and just a little crack, and she looks at you and she says, I don't know what you think I might be able to, like, you can definitely tell like she's having difficulty making coherent sentences. It's difficult for her to to put together thoughts. Like,
she's old.
Yeah, she's
ancient.
old and senile. Like, you can definitely tell, like, she doesn't understand what's going on. Like,
Sure.
you can probably gather that she is of no use to these people. And so, to almost anybody, really. And she just starts, like, mumbling and, like, I mean, there was a cat, very nice cat that came by, and his name was Jeff, and, like, she just starts rambling. Like, she doesn't seem to be very helpful. Let's just put it that way. What was your... Hi.
Hi there, man. You know what? I'm just glad to see you. I have a friend who'd really like to meet you. He's from around here, and I'd like to bring him to meet you all, if that's okay.
She gives you, like, a once-over, and, again, doesn't really fully understand. Like, you can see in her face.
I'm not saying it for her. I'm saying it for the people that I know are scurrying around. I'm saying it loud enough for them to hear.
Gotcha. So she says, well, you seem very friendly. Where were you coming from? Were you selling something? I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm just here to help. That's all. And she's opened the door enough where I can kind of see her
a little bit. Yep.
I take the one hand that I can see very gently, and I take a little bit of pemmican and I place it in her hand, and since she looks super gaunt.
Yeah, she does. And so she looks down and she sees that, and she's like, "Oh, why? Thank you, dear. This looks. And she just starts, like...
Petting it?
Yes, just, like, touching it and petting it and, like... What did... yeah.
It's food.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. And she, like, you can see she pulls out, like, a little handkerchief or something, and she, like...
wraps it up
away.
and saves it for later?
Yep.
Sure.
You can definitely tell, like, she was salivating just looking at it, but...
She's saving it for the other folks in the house.
Yep.
And I'll say, we'll be back in a few minutes with that friend and maybe some more food.
That sounds lovely. I'll come back anytime.
Well, I will. And I will start making my way back.
Okay, sounds good. So she like, watches you as you leave, and she just is like waving at you very empty, blankly, and you can see probably through the window, just at the corner of your eye, you see someone that was standing directly on the other side of that door, just shuts the door from the other side for her.
Mm-hmm.
As you start making your way away,
sure,
back towards the group. So we'll say you make your way back. With your previous stealth roll, you were totally fine. With your passive perception again, you would see the encampment seems to be pretty empty. Like maybe one or two guards that are just pushing papers around type of thing, like
sure,
acting busy, but it's definitely not full of guards keeping their eye out or anything. It seems like it's pretty quiet over here.
Did I see many patrols while I was in town?
Mm-mm.
They're all in town, in the main
Maybe.
town.
I didn't see any.
You saw a couple. Again, it's the skeleton crew type of thing. Like,
gotcha.
There is maybe one or two that walk up and down the
so we can
road.
kill them all and take the town if needed.
It's possible.
Perhaps.
That's what Celeste would do. Sapphire might also do it. We'll see.
So you make your way back to the group pretty effortlessly with your stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going to take our first break.
All right.
Hey, all you cool cats out there. This week I proposed reading off some promotions and no one argued with me. So guess who gets to do them? Okay, so this week's Campaigns of the Plains is brought to you by Co-op Creations SD. Is your money burning a hole in your pocket? Are you a millennial and want to destroy the other companies by supporting one of your own? Well, then, our very own Alysia and Josh have started Co-op Creations SD. They handcraft memorable keepsakes, dice bags, and figurines for you to spend your hard-earned cash on. Check out their page at Etsy.com and get your nerdy hands on these one-of-a-kind products. Also, do you want to watch someone else play your favorite game? Are you a stalker and want to know the intricate details of an introvert's private life? Sorry. Then head on over to Twitch and catch Christian, aka Sturzy, from 3 to 6:30 p.m. every day. He streams World of Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, and many other new titles. Head over to his Twitch and click on Sturzopedia. This will display a list of current games he is streaming and upcoming titles viewers are looking forward to. There's also limited video on command, so head over after you're done with our video tonight and catch up on his content. Hey, thanks all you cool cats. You take care out there, be safe, and we love you.
So, welcome back from the break. We pick up with Rowan coming back to the group to report back with what he found as you guys are finishing your short rest.
I found a house of Tabaxi folk, but they didn't seem to really want to talk to anybody.
That seems fair.
Given the conditions, absolutely.
Chatz might be able to get them to talk.
It's possible. Either that or he might freak them out. Either way, maybe ripping the Band-Aid off is,
Right, we don't want to get arrested.
There weren't that many guards in town.
Well, let's try to keep a low profile either way.
Fair enough.
I will try and talk to them. I do plan on keeping an alias about me, even to the Tabaxi. We shouldn't show our hand all at once.
Are you Dandelion again? Sunflowers?
No. Helio Sunflower.
Wait, you're doing that again? I thought you were your muddy bulk.
What?
The mud man that you've created.
That was to get through town.
You should probably keep the mud man disguise in case we meet guards. Although, honestly, if we meet guards, we're all fucked anyway because, again, you're a Tabaxi and the only other were-creature in the party, is Finnick.
Could come up with, all of them are slaves to some kind of were-creature. Why couldn't the story be that you're
Finnick's slave?
Finnick's slaves?
I mean, there is a point there. Me and Finnick are the only ones that can move about the mountain with relative ease, I would think.
How do you feel about pretending that Chatz is your slave?
It may work.
What about the rest of us?
We'll just have to be
How
extra
do we
sneaky.
feel about it? I don't fucking know.
No, that's not what I meant at all, Duke. What are the rest of us supposed to do?
We'll just have to be extra sneaky. But I think we can make it with relative ease to this house that I was talking about.
Okay. Let's go.
And I will point the way.
All right.
So go ahead and make me stealth checks again.
We should have passed without
It
tracing.
lasts for an hour. I don't know how long you were gone.
I wasn't gone that long.
In order to get a short rest, you would have had to do an hour.
That's right.
So
17.
unless you're casting again. it'd
No,
be
I'm
without
not
it.
wasting any more spells on this.
Sounds good. So it's
Yeah.
without it.
19.
Okay.
19 as well.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
17.
23.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. Very stealthy. So you guys make your way as a group, slowly making your way past some houses until you come to the previous house that you had encountered. Again, you would see very young and very old Tabaxis at a glance, just about in the house, not doing too much. Are you knocking on the door again? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
So you knock on the door, And again, silence. And then you hear some shuffling, but this time it's a elderly male that answers the door, and you can definitely tell he looks irritated. Like, like his immediate expression is just like anger. Like, opens the door very quickly. What do you want?
Hi, friend.
We don't need anything from you.
We have food.
I lift my mask and say, may we come in and talk?
Roll your persuasion.
To get advantage because I offered food.
Fine.
Okay. That's a whole whopping 12.
He gives you a look over and looks at you and says, no. Say what you want to say from out here. Be gone.
I thought you said they were nice.
I said no such thing.
You can definitely see the older lady that you were talking to. She's like sniffing and like doing stuff with her handkerchief and like in the background, like staring at a wall, like
Sure.
crazy.
We're not here to cause any trouble. We simply wanted a place to talk with some other tabaxi.
We're talking now, aren't you?
And I was wondering if you knew anything about Fleetwood Market.
So as soon as you say that name, he looks at all of you and is very surprised and confused, but still angry. Like, you can see all of these emotions wash over him and says, what do you want with that place? It's been abandoned.
We received a message that we should go there. We have an interest in the well-being of the tabaxi on this mountain.
Huh.
You don't have to like us, but could you at least tell us how to get there?
He looks you over. Maybe I can, maybe I can't.
What's an inappropriate amount of money for a bribe?
Inappropriate?
Yeah.
He looks around. 5.
I hold out 5 gold in my hand.
His demeanor immediately changes from grumpy old man to like groveling peasant. Like, he's just like, yeah, yeah,
Directions to the marketplace.
yeah.
Please?
I'll
Would be very much appreciated.
like his eyes are not moving from her hands. Yeah. It's like his attention span is completely gone. It's just infatuated with that money. Yeah, we can help you. It's and he like looks around past you guys, like in the nearby vicinity, and he's like, it's and he reaches out and points down across the, like, around the building, because you guys are on the back side of this building. And he's like, it's across the yonder. It's the empty building across the, and he's just like gesturing. And
could you describe the building to me? And also, it's stop gesturing so wildly.
You can tell he's very excited.
Yeah.
But
I need an accurate description of the building, make, model, year built, color.
it's just a big building across the street.
Like directly across the street?
He's gesturing, and you see there is a what looks like a dilapidated older building, run down.
That's Fleetwood Market.
It has
that pile of trash.
It has like leaves and vines and shit overgrown all over it.
Okay.
You can see like it had a sign on the front that has since all of the text has fallen off of it, except for like a couple O's in the Fleetwood.
It says flu.
Yeah, like it
Fluke it.
But it has been just at a glance, it doesn't look like it's been used in years. And he's just like, it's an old building across the street. You can't miss it. It's
okay, perfect. I take his hand in my hand and I put the money in his hand and I go, we were never here.
Who was never here?
Enjoy the money.
And he immediately like just stares at it. Does not take his eyes off of his hand.
Good night now and shut the door.
Good night. Shut the door.
No, just leave. Go back inside and shut the door.
He's just standing there. He's so dumbfounded.
Go.
So you push him in a little bit,
Right.
and
Feed the old lady.
he eventually like shakes it off and closes the door.
I look over at Duke and I go, I've learned bribery today.
So
Dun, 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 dun.
so you guys see next door to.
Do you think I gave him enough?
It worked.
Okay.
So you can see next door to the building, the tavern that you guys previously were, there's a sign that says the Roaring Boot. But right next door to that is the dilapidated building.
Fluke it.
Fluke it, sure, yes.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes talking doesn't work, guys. But money always works. That's what I've learned today.
I think you should keep an open mind to that philosophy, but
Money always works? Finnick?
Money always works.
I trust Finnick.
okay.
You
Anyway,
hear on the other side of the door, can you believe how much money we just got? Like, they're jumping for joy
He
if
sounds
they could
upset. I
jump.
hope that I gave them enough.
My worries is you didn't give them the right kind of currency.
I just gave them some gold. Is there a different kind of currency? They seemed excited to see it. You think I should have given them a bunch of silver instead?
I think you should have given them copper instead, because what if a guard comes around and sees them with gold?
I don't have any copper. The lowest I have is silver.
Finnick has some copper.
No silver, though.
I'll trade
Love
you
you,
some
Finnick.
silver for copper. Finnick, can I trade you some silver for
I
copper?
don't like copper silver.
Why? It's just money.
It burns.
What?
It burns.
It burns? This little piece of thing right here that burns you?
He burns his precious. Alright.
are there any
What?
guards out in the street?
Like I said before, there are a couple, very few in comparison to when you guys previously visited. So, I mean, if you want to make your way across, you can easily do that in between gaps of
Okay.
patrols.
That's what we'll do.
And we'll use your previous stealth rolls, which are very good. What part of the building are you trying to get to? There's the front, which has like glass windows that have been broken out. The door is hanging off of its hinge. Like I said, there's like leaves and vines just covering this building. Just like from a glance, you can see inside. There is like furnishings and advertisements and such on the walls that have been just covered in dust and decay. Like there are shelving units that look like they've been fairly picked over. It looks like a pretty dilapidated and disarray building.
You think it's as easy as going in the front door?
Perhaps.
Well, maybe you can find some of those funny markings somewhere on the building.
So this is right next to the boot, right?
Yep.
And is there like an alley in between these two buildings or something?
Yeah, I mean, there's alleys between. Like, there'd be like a house next to this place that you can go.
Yeah, I think I want to dodge in between. Where did you find the original message?
Over by the inn.
By the inn.
It was scrawled on the side of the building.
It's not really an inn. I guess it's more like a bar.
Tavern.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go in kind of the space between the boot and the Fleetwood Market then.
Okay. What's the rest of you guys doing while he's...
Oh, I'm going to hide somewhere.
Are you going inside, or are you going to go along the side?
Are we not going inside the building? I'm confused.
I'm just making sure there's nothing we missed, I guess.
Okay, that seems fair.
I'm gonna cover the alley from the main road just to make sure nobody sneaks up on him while he's checking around.
Okay, sounds good. So you're heading around the side. Are you going around the back? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any doors or windows, ways to get in from this angle. Okay,
I mean, there'd be windows along the side of the building as you're making your way past it. As you do get around the backside, you do see it looks like to be cellar doors that come up. Think like an old farmstead type of thing, where you would open these doors and go underneath the building proper. So you see those double doors back there, but there aren't any other doors to the back of this facility.
Looking left and right. Anyone back here?
You don't see any people.
Okay.
Any creatures? Or anything?
All right. I'll probably wave to Rowan. Motion everyone should come this way.
Okay, sounds good. So everyone gets the message to make their way to the back of the building. And so you see the wood backside, no windows or anything. You see like shingles from the orange roof have fallen off and shattered in the back here. Seems pretty deserted.
Okay, I'm gonna go to these doors. I wouldn't think they're trapped, but I've been through too much not to check them, so I'll check to see if there's any booby traps or anything.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation.
15.
So you're looking around, like looking at the hinges, looking at the handles.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem to find any traps.
Alright. Do they look locked at all?
There's no way to discern if there's no keyholes, but so that you can't discern. Obviously,
there's no chain and padlock.
Yeah, like you don't see anything that would discern a lock.
Right, obvious locks from this side.
Correct.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna try and open this.
Okay, so you grab the two handles and fling it open, and as you do, you see a pitch black basement of some sort. You see there is stairs that go down to a landing that from the light of the day you would see a little bit. The landing then turns to the right and it goes down a couple more steps, and you can see there is a small room. Looks like there is shelving and bags of various things covered in layers of dust.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go in and see what else is here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll cautiously start descending the stairs.
Okay, is everyone following?
Sure.
I'll be last, and as I do, I close the doors behind us.
Okay, sounds good. It will be pitch black without any light source.
Hey, use that thing I gave you.
What is the thing?
The ball thing.
Yeah, but what do you say?
Yeah, Duke, use your ball.
I don't know how to turn it on.
I taught you. It's
Turn on. What did you just say?
Do you see my point?
Did you just...
I pull it out. Say it again.
And it lights up.
Thank you.
So,
Are you trying to cough up like some phlegm?
I think he's trying to cough up a demon.
So it does float of its own accord. You don't have to hold it necessarily.
By the way, it was some sort of like weird, like forced version of Oiland.
Oh,
but you do have a light source now that is floating right next to your head, giving everybody plenty of vision. Like I said,
Oh, that's handy. Now you don't even need me to give you dark vision anymore. You just have
No,
a
I think the
little
dark
light
vision
friend.
is a better idea.
You have a little light friend, though. You should name it.
No.
So, like I said, in the immediate vicinity, as you guys are coming in, the smell of rotting food just wafts over all of your noses. And it just stinks down here. Like I said, there are several different shelving units that have various...
Did they close the market and forget to take the food with
it's
them?
either really bad meat or really good cheese.
What? Don't cook any of this.
You'd probably see various bags along the floor that are covered in layers of dust, have holes that have been like chewed into them over the time that this place has been vacated, and like various piles of disgusting food has spilled out of these.
I really hope
sacks.
that this whole Fleetwood Market thing wasn't a trap for you.
Well,
Who'd know him that well to know that he can read the really weird scribbles? Anybody in this
Whoever
town,
knew
friend?
enough to tell you where to find him.
That's fair.
well, we haven't checked the top floor either. I just figured down below's a place you might want to have a secret meeting.
Secret meeting in the downstairs?
I'm going to, I guess, try and inspect downstairs, see if there's anything hidden in here.
So you're specifically looking for like
Either messages or maybe there's a loose board or something somewhere hiding a tunnel or something.
Okay. Go ahead and give me.
Is there a time of day on that
investigation.
message that we got?
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Nice.
That would be 29.
Yeah. So, Chatz starts going around to various walls and just starts like patting at the walls and checking the various shelving units. As you're going along, you like stick your hand in like a black tar-like substance, and you're not sure what it used to be and what it is now, but it's sticky. As you're pawing around the tops and sides of things. But eventually you get to the very back corner of the room, and you go to touch the shelving unit, and your hand just goes through it.
What'd you find?
I think I found a secret. And
A
I'm
good secret or a bad secret?
I'd say good. So my hand just goes through it like it's an illusion.
It goes through the shelving unit and the wall behind it.
Just like our other secret tunnel.
I'm gonna poke my head through.
So because it is a illusion, like the light would not pass through it, I don't think.
Okay.
So it is pitch black back here, but you do have dark vision, so you would see in the immediate vicinity. It does have a hallway that goes for a stretch, but you do see like the startings of a room, but that's the extent of your dark vision.
Okay. Duke,
Yes.
I'll bring your light over here. Okay.
Have it.
I'll kind of like push the light through the illusion and illuminate the side.
So as you do, you see there is a small hallway with another room behind it, that looks much more well taken care of. Like, in the fact that it's not covered in dust. You do see there is a large metal door at the end It seems to have a bunch of locks on it.
I think this is the way, everyone. Now, since this does seem much more advanced than the previous room, I am definitely checking for traps.
Okay, go ahead and give me investigation.
I'm not going through the illusion until he's cleared the room.
Okay.
Okay. Investigation?
Yep.
21.
So, in the immediate vicinity, you don't find any traps and no tripwires, no runes of any kind. Seems pretty safe.
I think it's fine. Let's proceed. So, yeah, I'll step on through.
Okay, who's following? Is everyone going
I'm
with?
following.
No one's hanging back?
I'll push the globe back so Duke can see.
I mean, if I saw where it is, I think I could just...
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
It's for comic relief.
Gonna
Anyway.
bring up the rear.
I will follow, yes.
Okay, so
You...
you start making way down this small hallway, and you do eventually get to the end with, it's about a 10 by 10 room. It's pretty small with this single door. On this door, there are 5 locks that are along the side, and there is scrawling next to each of the locks. What languages do you know?
Let's see. Common, Elvish, Goblin, Tabaxi, Thieves' Cant.
So you recognize 2 of the locks.
Is there any Draconic, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, Sylvan on there?
No.
Any Dwarven.
Yes.
I can read that.
What other languages we got?
Common.
Okay. Common and Draconic.
I can speak like several forms of Draconic. That's
okay.
about it.
So there's 2 of them no one
I'm very
recognizes.
smart in Draconic.
There's 2 of the scrawlings that no one recognizes.
Okay, so the 2 I can read, which are which languages?
Elvish and Goblin.
Okay, and what do they say?
So it goes Dwarven is the very top one. Then Elvish. And then Scribbles, Goblin.
Okay, so Dwarven, Elvish, Scribble, Goblin.
Yep.
Dwarven, Elvish, Scribble.
And in Dwarvish, Elvish, and Goblin, it all says, not this one.
Oh.
So it's one of the scribbles. Maybe.
Likely.
Do I recognize the language at all that the scribble is?
I will say just for... I mean, personally, I have no idea what the actual language would be and what it would be written like. But I'll say the third one looks very simplistic, like very large, simple letters.
It's just wingdings.
What? Wingdings? Yeah. And then the fourth one is probably much smaller handwriting, much more intricate, like almost like cursive.
Maybe like Gnomish?
Possible?
I don't know. Not familiar with it. Let's see. So it's not the first 2. It's not the last one.
It's either 3 or 4, huh?
Yes. Unless, of course, it's a riddle. And so it is one of these, but we don't know what the other clues are.
Well, I don't know what'll happen if you choose the wrong answer either, so let's try that.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Or just pick one. Maybe we'll get lucky.
What are the options?
Well, there is Dwarvish at the top, as according to him. It says not this one. And then it says it's Elvish here, and that says not this one. These 2 we can't read, and then the last one's Goblin, and it says not this one. Of course, it could be a riddle, and it could be that it's all of them. It's not just one, it's all of them.
Or it doesn't say not just one, it says not this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the that could mean the same in a riddle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not very good at riddles. I'm more of a straightforward kind of person.
So
I think it's option 3.
the one in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Not quite in the middle. There's 5 options.
Yes.
I think it's option 3. Final answer.
The big blocky one.
Yeah.
That looks like Windings.
What's Windings?
I don't even know. It just popped in my head.
It's probably like deep speech or something.
Well, primordial.
Well, if it was primordial, I'd be able to
so
read
it's a
it.
door, and then there's like 3 things. Redescribe it because I wasn't listening, to be honest.
Primordial is a very beautiful language.
It's a large metal door that has 5 locks on it that all have scribbling next to each of the locks. Of the
the
rest of it,
yeah, that I got.
So
I think it's the third one.
I think we should just unlock one.
Yeah,
just do
unlock number 3. Peer pressure.
Wait a second. As I've taken my notebook out that my cousin has given me, and I've been writing things down, and I say, what if the order of the languages themselves are the important thing?
It's possible.
You're thinking really hard here. We can't move the locks around. They're locked.
No. The top one is Dwarvish. Dwarvish starts with a D.
We don't know what the other 2 languages are.
We don't, so it's a mystery.
But
we know the other...
An E, and then there's...
The question mark. The one that we don't know.
Question mark, and G.
No. G was the second to last one, right?
No, that was the last one.
Oh, was the last one?
was the last one.
Oh.
G,
Let me swap these around.
G. So maybe it is not the middle one, but the one right under it. That wouldn't follow the order of the Metashield alphabet. So that would be the odd one out.
Which one?
The second to last one, because it goes D, E, and then it should be F, and then G, but there's one in between the F and the G. Unless
the other one's gnomish, like we thought.
Unless the middle one is the one that is between the E and the F. It's still either one.
Should we just do it?
Just pick one. Just pick one and unlock it. And see what happens.
Let Rowan do it. He has got Death Ward.
I don't want to use it
in the party.
I don't want to use it on a door.
Which one do you want me to do?
The third one.
I'm going to do the 4th one.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Nope, I use all of my movement to...
You're just backing the fuck up?
Out of the illusion, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So you're just
die,
hanging out in the darkness in this... Okay. So,
I have dark vision, I'm fine.
yeah, okay. So, do you have thieves' tools?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a sleight of hand, I believe is what we've been doing.
He would have thieves' tools.
What?
Because you stole from him
I
previously.
don't know that.
Yeah.
As a character.
That's what he's referencing.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's what I got. 19?
So yeah, you're going for the 4th one, correct?
Yeah, that's what we've decided.
Okay, so you go in and you feel a click, but you're familiar with locks. You know how they undo when you're lockpicking. It feels like there's something missing. Like you didn't quite get all of it done, if that makes sense. Like there's more to it than just a simple lock.
So you do have to lockpick them in order, maybe. But you didn't die.
You didn't get hurt.
That was good.
So just try all of them until one of them works. We'll just make it work. We'll just figure it out. Unintelligently.
So 16 on number 3?
So similar with number 3, you go in and you feel like it did click, but it didn't unlock.
Didn't engage.
It didn't engage, but it didn't, like, you didn't mess up by any means, but there's still more to it.
That was the same with the
I
last
think
one.
maybe it doesn't really matter and you just have to go through all of them. Try Dwarvish, see what happens.
22.
Okay. So you reach up, and very similarly, it seems like these locks are very similar in the fact that you like once you've done one, you can probably do all of them very similarly in the fact that you're getting that first part of the lock correct. But again, you don't feel like if you were to turn it, like you try and turn it a little bit, and there's still some resistance there.
How many locks are there?
There's 5 of them.
They all say not this one.
The 3 out of the 5.
The 3 that
The ones that we can read.
Is this just a door?
Oh, I can speak
It is just
primordial.
I
Is
can
that one of
almost
them?
speak primordial.
Never mind then. That's a new thing. I didn't know that.
I can, you speak primordial?
Yeah, it just came to me.
I can't talk to myself about things that I don't like anymore.
We can still talk in Draconic about how much we hate Duke.
Duke speaks in Draconic.
That doesn't matter.
But you speak in primordial, so we can talk bad about all of our friends now. Behind their back.
You use the word friends.
Employer.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my next thought, because again, I've told you I'm bad at puzzles. What if we all unlock a lock at the same time?
We can certainly try.
Do we have enough lockpicks?
You each need to be using a lockpick at the same time, which you only have 2 sets of lockpicking tools.
We've got 3.
3.
What if the door's
I
just
have 2.
unlocked?
Oh, we have 4.
What if
I have 1, and Rowan has his hands.
I just go up to the door and
He was
like
joking
it.
too.
I just
turn the knob.
punch it.
Yeah, what if the door's just
There's
unlocked?
no knob.
Oh, there's
Push
no
it.
knob.
Push it.
Calm down,
Good.
Salt and
Pull
Pepper.
it.
Yeah, just push it real good.
Push it.
So you're just pushing on the door?
Yeah, just
have
a
an
little
idea.
bit does it give.
Well, I have an idea to see what's on the other. Do you think that if I was on the other side of this door, I could just open it? Or would it still be locked?
I think that there might be something dangerous on the other side of the door, and then we wouldn't be able to help you, and you'd be stuck on that side of the door.
So you're telling me not to go on.
I'm definitely telling you not to go on the other side of the door.
Could you tell me to do it? Because then we would know what's on the other. If it's just the people that want to meet with us, we can just be like, "Hey, we're here. Can you unlock the door?"
Yeah, and it might be a bunch of saws and
my friends
blades.
can't walk through walls like I can, so they need help.
And then you'd be in tiny little pieces.
What?
What if there's another trap on the other side of the door?
We haven't encountered any traps at all. I swear, you guys are so worried. Like, Duke tried to rescue me from jumping off of a cliff earlier today. So weird.
Yeah, people don't do that.
I do.
In my investigations, are there any holes in the walls near the door?
You have not done an investigation check on the... Just go ahead and give me one if you would like.
I will give you one.
You're looking for traps specifically near the door.
Keyholes.
Oh, okay.
That's a 27.
You're given a good once over around the outside of the door on the bottom. Doesn't seem like you find any keyholes or any holes, to be precise.
Yeah.
I try and do like, I don't know, like a history check to see if I can recognize what these languages are.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a history check.
Sure, my history's awful. I don't know why I suggested that. I don't have a good intelligence. An 18!
So I will give you, since you already kind of guessed it, that the 4th language does look pretty similar to Gnomish in the fact that it's small text and...
Yeah, so while you're like looking around, I go,
Isn't your priest a gnome?
this looks a lot like Father Isaac's. This is definitely Gnomish. Yeah, this one's Gnomish.
So that's...
Which one?
The 4th
The
one.
4th one is definitely Gnomish. Not the 4th one.
E
Yeah, the 4th one.
blank GG.
GG, folks.
GG! I don't think it has anything to do with the letters. Maybe it does.
Well, it's definitely in an order of some sort. Anybody know what a language that starts with F?
For Bolganese.
Do Furbolgs have their own language?
They
It's
speak
just giant.
They speak
It's
giant.
Giant.
That is. Oh wait, you said the one is big and chonky, right? It might be giant.
Oh. Maybe.
Well, he tried to pick Both the third and the fourth.
So there's
Correct.
potentially 3 G's? G.
He did feel a success. It did feel like there was something that clicked.
On all of them, though, right?
On all the ones he tried, yes. Like, he definitely succeeded in some aspect.
Why not just keep going?
Yeah, try the
Got
other
2
two.
more.
Try the other 2. Go. One of you 2 with the lockpicks.
Okay, I will try the last one.
Okay. Oh, there's 2 left.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the 5th one? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a check.
Okay. It's ridiculously high.
I need numbers, honey.
Okay. So 19 plus hold on. Let's see. 5 plus 8 is 13.
Plus 19.
Plus 1, so 14 plus 19. 14 plus 19.
33.
Yes.
Okay. So, I will give you that. Yes, you succeed at in a similar fashion that Finnick did, in the fact that you get the first part pretty easily. I will say you do, as you're doing that, you feel like there's almost a second part to this lock. Like, there is the very simple, like, oh, I can do this pretty easy. You feel like there's more notches that if you didn't look for them, you wouldn't find them. If that makes sense. Like, it's almost like it's behind like a false kind of wall in there that you have to like dig underneath to pick behind. But you feel like that one did give more of a success. Like you feel like that one is fully unlocked now.
Oh, okay.
In theory.
Okay. Knowing that there's like a hidden second part, could I try and fish in the other locks to see if I can like find this hidden lock?
Are you trying to pick it, or are you just trying to find it?
Find it, because I guess I don't know if each lock has a second,
Okay.
tumbler to it, but
Just give me a single lockpicking check, and I'll give it to you if you meet the DC for all of them.
okay, that's 27.
So you check the 3 that you've already picked, and you're not quite sure. Like, it feels like there might be a false wall, but you're like, it should be here, but it's not there for some reason. Or you're not sure if you're getting the right area. Maybe it's to the side. You're not quite sure.
Okay.
You definitely feel like the one that you did succeed fully on, like, it turned and clicked, and like things started moving in the door. Like, it seemed like more parts were moving than previously. So
There's one more left to unlock.
It may have just been that one was the one. So we've got one that...
I don't know, push against the door, I guess.
it still does not budge.
Try the last lock.
That would be the second one, the Elvish one? Okay, I will try to pick the Elvish one then.
Okay, go ahead and give me lockpicking challenge.
Oof. That's gonna be 23.
So similarly with the others, you feel like the easy form of the lock does seem to unlock, but again, it doesn't seem to fully unlock. You get the false positive, if you will, and as you do, You hear that click, and then all of them start to turn, and then all reset. It sounds like you hear click, 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 and they all just sound like they went back to the way they initially were.
Right.
Okay. We've learned something.
Okay.
You think that we're supposed to meet people here? Can we just knock on the door?
We can certainly try. Bang, bang, bang.
So you pound on this door. You don't... give me a perception check. Anyone can give me perception checks if you'd like. As this ringing lets out this immediate vicinity you're in.
9.
Natural 20.
Nice.
24.
Okay.
16.
Rowan?
15.
So, I will say you do hear what sounds like some movement coming from the other side of the door. It sounds like it's pretty far away, but with your natural 20, you definitely would hear like some very hushed talking, very light tones. You can't make out what they're saying necessarily because it's through a thick door, but you definitely hear there are people on the other side of that door. It doesn't sound like they're getting closer necessarily, but they definitely acknowledge that something is at the door.
There's people on the other side.
See, there are people here. Can I just...
Is there anything else in this hallway besides the door?
It's a pretty nondescript hallway.
I've investigated this pretty thoroughly.
He checked around the door for any holes or anything. He didn't find anything when he did.
I inspected the hallway for traps, so...
All of these say not this one, right?
As far as we can read it.
Well, the only one that you had a successful pick on was the goblin. That's the last one.
What do they mean, not this door?
Huh. I mean, it's possible.
Don't you have your,
That just helps me find the door.
I mean, if there's another
There
one
could
that's
be
in
other
here.
secrets here, though. Isn't
Alright,
that what
fine.
it's for?
Will spend a charge on my Wand of Secrets to see if there is another door.
You guys just don't like,
You gave me this tool.
You guys just don't like trying to unlock doors, do you? So yeah, you use your Wand of Secrets and you don't find any secret doors, unfortunately.
Oh.
Well, shit. It was an idea.
It doesn't. So
Are we to the point where you'll let me walk through the door yet?
Well, if there's a handle on the other side, it'd be a lot easier than picking these frickin' locks.
What if there are just more locks on the other side of the door?
that's disgusting.
Can you get back if need be?
Yeah.
Then do it.
You can?
Yeah.
Then have at it.
Okay.
So you're just gonna phase through the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I'll use my,
phase walking.
whatever it's called, my
Planar shift or whatever. No, that's...
ethereal step. Wait.
You don't have to be able to see where you're going, right?
No, because it puts me in the ethereal realm and I can just walk through things.
And it lasts for how long?
An action. So I walk through the door and then I pop back into reality.
So you're ending your turn on the other side of the door, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see her as she pops out of existence for a second. You walk through the door. You pop back into existence. I mean, you would see before you end your turn that it is a blank slate on the other side of this door. There's no door handle. It seems it's
even a door.
It's almost like the best way I can describe it is like a bank vault. You know what I mean? Like, except for the big swirly like pinwheel thing on the front, it's a bunch of locks, but the inside is completely smooth.
Interesting. Hello?
And as you say that, you hear the echo of hello, 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 and you you're with your passive, you'd probably be able to hear like a commotion, like very quiet commotion, but commotion of some sort that seems to be going on down the hall. Are you gonna just keep going? What?
Quiet, right?
Sure.
No, I knock on the wall.
From the other side. Like, knock on the door that...
No, on the wall. Like, I wrap my finger on the wall. Try and get the attention of the people down the hallway.
Okay.
Hi, my friends and I got an invitation here. Hello?
You don't immediately get a response. Are you guys doing anything while she's on the other side of that door?
Are we opposed to just trying to break it?
Can they hear me talking?
Is it breakable? What kind of
They can
metal is it
definitely...
made
They hear
out of?
muffled,
I don't
but...
know.
I mean, if these are allies, I don't want to destroy their stronghold. I'd much rather find out the way in. It would, if anything, prove that we are worthy passage.
I knock on the door on my side to get your guys' attention.
She's alive.
You guys hear knocking.
Can you hear me?
You guys hear...
Well, just barely.
There's no handles on this side. It's just a blank wall.
I don't know what she said. But the fact that she hasn't opened the door yet.
Can you tell Duke to talk to me in my head?
I think you have to be able to see her for that.
To initiate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go further in. Knock on the door if you understand what I'm saying.
You hear...
Well, anyway, I
Knock
think.
on the door. Can you hear me?
Are you responding?
Could
I
there
will...
be keys somewhere hidden?
I mean, you'd think there are.
Maybe we can find them in the rest of the building.
I suppose.
Rowan,
What do we do about her?
Knowing her, she's
Well,
probably
we
going to
have
go
no-
off and do something silly.
Okay, yeah, that's true, but we have no way of stopping her on this side. So you two are fast. You could probably search the building quickly, and then me and Chatz will try to find another way to break through this door. See if there's any sort of keys. I don't know.
That's probably the best plan any of us has right now, so
It's better than just standing here staring at it.
that's fair.
I feel like this is a test. It's kind of the thing that my uncle used to do and try to make me some kind of smart, and I hated those kind of things.
Yes, and sometimes those tests mean you just need to go find the keys.
I don't know if that's necessarily it.
Or have your friend teleport people.
Well, then what is it?
No, Christian. I've been up for a long time. I do not know.
Find your druid friend, bring him back
Going
here,
on
and
like
use
22
heat
hours.
metal.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
22
I said I've been up for like 22 hours.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
I don't know what's going on.
Crazy.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go further in. I think that your silence is telling me you're okay with that. Okay, cool. That was a good conversation we've just had. I don't know who just talked to me. I imagine that it was Chatz.
She's just like hearing crosstalk with a...
You guys seem to like you're talking it out. Maybe you figured it out. I'll meet you on the other side. I mean, I'm already on
There's
the
a lot
other
of
side.
commotion. It seems like maybe she's actually talking to them.
Okay, guys, cool. I'll see you later. Just walk away.
So you're just walking down the hallway? Okay. We will get to you in a second. What are you guys doing on this side of the door? Are you
I'm gonna
guys going
die.
to try and go and find the keys, potentially, somewhere?
You gave Rosemary a lot of money. You'll be fine.
Should we look in the other room?
We can try.
Okay. We go back into the disgusting meat room.
Okay.
Digging the meat.
I mean, this entire area smells like meat. The illusion doesn't stop.
Sure,
The
sure.
The gross, decaying...
Smell like meat on the other side of the door?
Nope.
Clean air.
Everyone give me investigation checks as you guys are digging through.
Well, I think it was just me and Finnick that were...
Oh, is it just you two? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
So 24.
Okay.
there's no reason why we can't try to,
Yeah.
if we're just in this room for right now.
A 5.
Investigation, 15.
Okay. What'd you get, dude?
9.
So
Bunch of dummies.
you guys are digging through all this stuff.
It's too dark.
You find you have your drift globe.
Still too dark.
Too bright with that drift globe now.
Right.
Has Duke been wearing glasses the entire time? I didn't know he was farsighted.
You're not even
I'm
on
not.
this side of the door.
You're right.
Get out of here, other side of the door.
So the three of you are just digging through bags of stuff that it smells horrible, is mushy and gross. You, on the other hand, find on one of the very top of a shelf, like a bag that feels like it has
Curse coins in it.
no, not coins.
It's just curse coins.
It's bigger than that.
Oh.
It feels like it has like tools of some sort in it.
Okay, I'll lift it, bring it down.
You find a set of smithing tools, a set of leather workers' tools, and a set of cooking utensils.
Oh, fancy.
It seems like these are potentially leftovers from when this place used to be, what it used to be, a store.
Before they built a really elaborate lock system in their basement?
Yeah. But you don't find any hints or anything necessarily in this room specifically.
Okay.
Is there anything maybe upstairs?
It's definitely
We can check.
I don't know. Unless you want to continue trying to pick the locks.
You could do that while they're certain. I'm not there.
You are not.
I'm gonna have Doritos. Because if I'm eating Doritos, I'm not talking.
I think you might have a point. We can check the upstairs. We haven't investigated it at all, so yes, let's go upstairs and see.
Okay. So you guys make your way up out of the basement, make your way to the front of the establishment. I mean, it's pretty easy to avoid any guards or anything, so you can easily make your way in and avoid the dilapidated door. Go ahead and give me investigations I'm assuming you guys are looking for something specifically.
Oh, that's not terrible.
27.
18.
15.
25.
Okay. I will say both of you, you guys are more towards the front looking on shelves that have been very clearly picked over. Like, there's nothing of value in here. You two go towards the back of the establishment, which has the counter. And you guys see there looks to be almost like a makeshift bed area back here. That looks like people either hide out back here or keep watch or something. But there seems to be some scrawling on the inside of the shelving units behind the counter. That specifically have the letters D, E, G, G, G. And they have an arrow starting at the D and pointing down. Like,
So just start at the top and go down.
that is the inclination that you get from this hint that someone had left for themselves.
Oh, they are not.
Damn Neville writing down all the passwords to the Gryffindor Common House.
Right.
They apparently are not super high in their security measures. Okay, well, I guess we just have really hard locks to pick, unless there's a key hidden around here.
With your investigation, you feel like you turn this place over pretty well, and you don't find any keys.
Okay, I guess back to the locks.
Back to it.
Okay.
Look both ways before crossing.
Yep. I'll say pretty easily you guys make your way back down to the locked door.
Okay. Starting from the top.
We're starting from the bottom. Now we're here.
No. We're starting from here. We're going to a
A long
bottom.
time. I'm going to be dead by the time you get there.
And whose fault would that be?
Rowan's. He told me I could go.
No.
Oof.
No, he didn't.
Did you just roll 5 times, or what are you doing?
What? No, I had a cocked die.
Oh, sorry.
rolled.
I didn't know how many times you rolled.
No. That first roll was a 16.
Okay. Similarly, you feel like it clicks, but you don't find that second tier. But continue. You can keep.
I'm gonna try and. Can I try and keep going at this lock?
You definitely can. Go ahead and give me another check.
Come on.
Oh my god.
That's 18.
It doesn't seem like you make any more purchase with this single dwarven lock.
Okay. I'm gonna move down to the next one, I guess.
Okay.
Try that.
Did you want to start working from the bottom?
I don't think I can unlock it at that level. Like the way that the numbers, I'd have to roll a natural 20 to even get close to what he rolls. So if he's not having successes with that, there's no point in me trying.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That's better. 25.
Okay. Yep. You do feel like this one does unlock the easy lock successfully, but you don't find any other points beyond that. You're not sure if there is more, or if
We
you're
may
not
just
finding
be
it.
overthinking it, and that is only on the last one. Because you found
Okay.
that when you did the goblin.
Yes.
He
I
also
would
rolled
assume.
like a 37.
Okay, I'll
but
just
I
keep on
would
moving
assume that
down
the goblin
and
is the last one we
Okay.
pick.
I'll just keep on going down and unlocking them all.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another check.
That is 27.
Okay. Again, seems like it unlocked pretty easily.
24.
Okay. Yep.
And the last one, 26.
Yep. Okay. So as you finish picking the last lock, you hear all of the locks click and turn all at the same time, and in the door, you can hear like the bolts of this door that are cemented into this wall, like just, and it just swings up.
Oh,
So
good,
how
it
far
was
did
just
I
the
make
last
it down the hallway before?
So
I got-
yes, we'll jump back to you as you probably don't even hear your comrades leave. You make your way down this hallway. You do have dark vision, but you there's no like light source or anything. It seems like things are pretty dark and scary.
Mhm.
You do eventually come to a room that opens up. It looks like there's definitely a lot more activity here. Like there are tables and chairs and lots of bundles of food and such that hasn't spoiled.
It's actually just an AA meeting.
And as soon as you
We're good.
so that's what you can immediately see from like the hallway you're in. Are you going any farther? You're just gonna keep walking?
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
So you keep walking, and as you do, you hear like from right next to the door, you hear the movement of people unsheathing their weapons and like putting daggers to your throat.
Hey, friends, I'm not here to harm you at all. I'm just here with my friends. They can't figure out how to unlock the door, though, so I thought I'd come and ask for some help.
So
We got your message? You wanted us to meet you here?
So as you're saying that, you can see these two figures are heavily obscured by cloaks.
Mhm.
But you can see just the ever so slightly amount of fur that's sticking out from around their eyes, and their paws that they're about to stab you with daggers. You don't see like tails necessarily, but they definitely don't look were creature like. They look more tabaxi like. But you don't see any snoots to boop necessarily because they're hiding. But you do hear from across the room a female voice that says, "Well, I didn't expect someone like you to answer our call."
To be honest, nobody expects somebody that's blue. So I get that. But it's not just me. It's also like 4 other people. They're on their way. They can't figure out the locks. Look at there. They're smart. I just got tired. I got bored watching them.
How did you make it past the door?
Oh, girl, walk the walls. It's fine. Anything.
Interesting. And so from this point, she's still in darkness. She claps her paws. As she does, several braziers on the side of the walls light up, and you can see this is a decent sized room. She has a table that she's sitting at, several chairs. This room is filled with tabaxis of different ages, different sizes, different obscurities, all armed. And you can see she is also carrying a dagger on her that she's like twirling and playing with in her paws. She has soft yellow fur. She is about 4'9", pretty lean. She has a large scar on her right arm. And she looks at you and says, "Well, I appreciate you answering our call. I'm Zealeth."
Zealeth. Sapphire. It's a pleasure. I'm still holding my hands up like I'm not intending to hurt any of you at all. Not that I have any weapons on me yet anyway, besides my bow, which is across my back.
Right.
Yeah.
She gestures to the 2 that are next to you, and they both put their weapons. They sheath their weapons and go sit down and take off their cloaks. And you can see they are tabaxis as well. This room is currently filled with tabaxis.
I'll go ahead and like lower my hood so that they can see my face too.
She says, "Well, let's wait for your friends to show up and we can..."
They are somewhat intelligent. I think that they'll figure it out.
They're probably just overthinking it.
You know what? They definitely are. I guarantee that they are. They're overthinkers.
Can confirm that fucking happened.
Yeah, I watched that happen, which is why I got bored and decided to come home first.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's intended to be overthought.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. These boys are overthinkers.
So
but I can answer any questions you might have while we're waiting for them to figure this out.
She gestures for you to approach. Do you come closer?
Yeah, sure.
So she gestures to a chair at the same table with her across from her. And as you approach, one of the guards that's standing next to her comes and takes the chair and pulls it out for you.
Oh, thank you.
And pushes it in behind you, and she says, "Well, we'll wait for your friends to get here, and we'll talk shop when we have all of you here."
That seems fair.
So, you guys...
I just hang out and just idle chit-chat.
Yeah, like...
Have some drinks.
Like, she's probably going to ask you about your hair and your skin and, like, very, like, surface level, ornate, you know, what's it like to be a Ganassi type of thing.
It's interesting. There aren't many of us on the material plane, so I get targeted a lot.
That makes sense. You can see when she's not playing with her daggers, she has a coin that looks like it's a double-sided coin that she, like, does the thing across her fingers with.
Oh my goodness, you are so dexterous. How do you do that? That's lots of practice. I bet years of practice. That is fantastic. You were so talented.
Why, yes, I am. And you can definitely tell she revels in the fact that like you were complimenting her, like, almost like when you pet a cat's chin, like they really lean into it. So as you guys open,
Chatz likes to be complimented too. Sapphire knows.
Yes. As you guys open the door, you see down this long hallway there is a room that's lit up. You would see probably Sapphire sitting at a table with some other people, but it looks very crowded. Lots of people in there.
I'll lead the way.
So you guys make your way down the hallway. And as she sees you guys approaching, she stands up and says, "Good job."
I'm just sitting down behind her, waving at you guys.
Glad you can finally join us. I'm so glad, and she gestures to all of you, that you found our little hideaway. What brings you here?
I've been searching for my people for a very long time.
Your people?
The mask. I'm like behind her.
What are you?
The mask, Chatz.
Oh, I thought...
I mean, you're surrounded by tabaxis.
Yeah, I thought I took it off, but anyway, I take off my disguise and I tell him I'm Catsmussen.
So as soon as you say that, everyone just starts like hushed tones, like, "Oh my gosh, did you hear blah blah blah?" Like, they're all like in disbelief that you say who you say you are, and she kind of just hushes the group down and says, "That name has not been spoken in many years. The Catsmussen name is outlawed. You must not be from around here." And she gives you a very inquisitive look. Where are you from, Kitty Kitty?
I am from the Castle Felix, from on high of the mountain. I am Catsmussen, Lord of Snoring Mountain.
And she just laughs.
It's a really long... honestly, it's a really long story, and if you have liquor in, like, 3 hours, it's a really long story. But at the end of it, you might believe it.
There's no way in hell you are
Oh.
Catsmussen.
She's like a young 350.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me when I say I've been to hell, and there is a chance.
You'd be... there's no way. You'd be hundreds of years old. You're long...
Indeed, I am the oldest tabaxi currently living.
Technically.
She gives you both quizzicative looks, like, how is this possible?
I was trapped in a shadow world for many decades, centuries, searching for my daughter, who was taken long ago by the were creatures. I'm sure there are tales, perhaps, of the band of us that left that day, when the were creatures first attacked, and never returned. I am standing here before you. I am who I say I am, and I will answer any questions to prove it.
The stories we have been told are you abdicated the throne and ran away with your tail between your legs.
Oh, Chatz. They spinning lies about you. Maybe? I really don't know you that well, so it could be true.
I swear on my greatest ancestor, Rowan Catsmussen, that these are lies, that I would never abdicate the throne, nor would I sacrifice the pride of Snoring Mountain. Tabaxis are meant to be free. We are meant to rule over these lands, and this is an absolute sin that these have been taken away from us. I would never step down without a fight. I would die before I see Snoring Mountain in the hands of these creatures. And I am here to prove that to you.
Well, as you can probably imagine, we're always looking for new recruits to help our cause. If you can prove your worth, as you can say you are whoever you say you are, but actions speak louder than words. You have to prove your worth, and you'll be rewarded for it.
How do we do that? What do you want us to do?
She looks at both of you and looks at the rest of the group and says, "You guys seem like capable fighters with your swords and weapons and daggers and whatnot. Bring me and staff."
He punches people really hard.
I get it.
Yeah.
Bring me Kudath's head on a platter.
Honestly, you couldn't have asked for a better thing. There's like at least 3 of us that want to kill him.
As do I.
Rowan, look! You guys are going to get along really well.
Just turns pale white.
Oh, Rowan's afraid of Kudath because he kicked his ass. Rowan spent like 3 days in jail recently. It was a big thing.
I'm surprised you made it out alive.
Well, we broke him out.
Impressive.
It wasn't as impressive as it sounds. There was a lot of murder.
I did hear about a recent prison break.
Yeah, that was us.
That was impressive.
Yes. We're not allowed to back to town anymore.
And she gestures to everyone in the room. Neither are we.
Yeah. We still find a way.
Well, this would have been nice to know before we left town, but...
It's okay, Rowan. You don't have to fight Kudath by yourself. I'll help you. And by that I mean Duke will help you and I will sit really far back and shoot arrows at him. Because I'm not going to get anywhere near that guy. He scares me. He's bigger than me.
You bring up the fact that he's kicked my ass a lot. Can you imagine what he'd do to tiny little you?
That's why she's not going to get anywhere near him.
Just hope that's the fact.
We should probably kill his girlfriend too.
Oh.
It can be useful, but she's probably better off dead.
Actually, I think she's going to be quite a problem for us in fighting him.
Yeah, we should definitely kill her too.
Do you know of any ways to get back into town without having to climb the mountain?
There aren't any underground facilities, if that's what you're referring to. I have ways of getting things on to parts of the mountain. But that'll come in time.
So we have to climb back down the mountain and kill him and then climb back up the mountain with his head. It's a lot of climbing.
I mean, no one said you had to scale the mountain.
How else are we supposed to get here?
Kill some guards. You're able.
Yeah, I could just kill some guards.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Silas.
It's not what I wrote down.
I would like to point out, And I'm no way in any shape or form suggesting that you do this, but right now there is an undead army attacking the town off the mountain. I don't know if you've heard about that or not. And all the guards are gone or preoccupied, so it's a very skeleton crew in your town right now. So...
You're telling me things I already know.
Oh, okay, so you're going to murder them all. Take the town.
We have plans. Don't
good.
Worry.
I said that to them, and they gave me a look like I was crazy.
The ends justify the means.
See? I'm not crazy.
Well, Silas.
Do you have any intel or suggestions on how best to get close enough to Kudath to kill him?
I mean, he's pretty readily available in town, isn't he? Can't you just walk up to him and stab him? Isn't that what you people do?
We're not murderers. We don't just go up to people and stab them.
No, we stand
Speak for
100 feet back and
yourself.
stab them with.
I've definitely stabbed somebody.
Ah, I knew I liked you.
They deserved it. We could fight him in the pit.
That sounds like a great idea. Although I don't know how you're going to bring me his head with your fists. But
Oh, well, it's not going to be a fair fight. We'll just send Rowan in there to fight him, then we'll all jump in and murder him. That seems fair.
I like it.
No? No. Duke's saying no. Duke, do you have an idea?
He'll have a lot of distractions. It's not the honorable way, but yes, we may just have to go ahead and
Sneak up and stab him?
take opportunity when it strikes.
Does it matter if you kill somebody in an honorable way as long as you kill them if they're a bad person?
Depends on how you feel about yourself.
I feel like bad people deserve to die no matter what the cost is.
It's a lesson for another time.
I don't want a lesson from you. I'm an adult. I don't need school.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Stu trying to mansplain things to you.
Right? So, with that,
I will say, well, Silas. As always, Chatz, Catsmussen and his party are at your service.
I thought you were the
Kudath's head
leader.
it is.
I thought you were the leader.
No, I thought Duke was the leader.
she chuckles and says, "Good luck with that."
Is Duke not the leader?
These are not my lands.
That's fair. That's true. You're right.
And with that, you guys prepare for whatever battle you are planning to fight Kudath with.
Rowan's gonna need a really good pep talk. All right, buddy.
He's going to snap you like a twig once he gets a hold of your neck.
Oh.
Rowan. That's why I'm not gonna get close to
Why
him.
you keep talking
And I'm
so
gonna
sexy?
shoot him with an arrow. And why are you trying to turn me on right now, Rowan?
Yeah.
I don't
You have some weird
appreciate-
fucking fetishes.
Yeah.
Don't.
Don't king shame.
Yeah.
It's a family thing.
Must be dying to super powerful beings.
Right?
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like.
Though? I thought Kudath was just a
My
guy.
plan is not to intimidate him. I'm just like.
I don't think you can intimidate him.
I mean, that's fine too, but also
stand
I feel like
really
he's just
far
like
away from him and shoot him
meathead
with
that,
arrows.
like,
That's what
What
I
if
do.
He's like
what
a-
if he comes
I
up
think
to you
it-
and
He's not
grabs
going.
you?
If you and Duke and Chatz do your jobs as the in-person fighters and distract him, there's no reason for him to snap my neck like a twig.
Unless you want him to.
Unless
Yeah.
I want him to, but that's with consent.
Yeah. Always ask for consent.
Yes.
Coasters? Coasters if you got them?
Yes.
Did we actually
No,
end
we
the
didn't
segment?
officially end, but that is the
Oh.
end of tonight's session.
I packed up my dice.
You're fine.
Thank you
I'm gonna give
guys
the
for
drop
watching. Like, comment, view, subscribe, and stuff.
Yeah, those things.
I don't remember all the other things you're supposed to say.